The following is a live sports presentation on Glycon.
Glycon's coverage of Central Kentucky high school football starts now.
An in-city rivalry kicks off Week 5 of the high school football season in Central Kentucky. Two schools separated by 9 miles as the Bryan Station defenders make the short jaunt across Lexington to meet up with the Tates Creek Commodores. A pleasant good evening from Roy Walton Stadium alongside former Kentucky Wildcat and Coach Cisco Bryant. I'm Wes Chandler. For the defenders, it's been a tale of 2 seasons already on both sides of the ball. So the question, Cisco, that I have for this Bryan Station team is, which team are we going to see today?
Well, I think that's a great question. What helped them out last week is getting a win after going 0-3 to start the season. And I see not scoring a lot of points. I know that the Corbin game got called because of lightning, but I'm like you. I can't wait to see which one shows up.
Coming off the first win in the J.T. Haskins era last week, for Tates Creek coming off 3 straight losses, it might be a good time to be on your home field and kind of hit the reset button after 3 straight defeats. We'll see what they can do here and kind of get back to their strengths. I think they've kind of gotten away from their game plan the last couple of weeks.
Right, and then also last week when Burnside got hurt and came out of the game, he actually was scheduled to come back in, but they held him out. It wasn't like he wasn't ready to play, but they wanted to make sure he get ready for this Bryan Station game.
Well, the Dwarves do have a talented quarterback in the guy you just mentioned, Darnell Burnside, putting it together game by game. See him back in action here tonight, and they'll try to reestablish a running game that's been so strong as well. If they can get both of those aspects working, that's when Tates Creek is at their finest.
Well, they got the twos.
Yeah.
They really do. I mean, you got a running back, Brian Evans, and then you got, I tell you what, that J.T. Cooper, hey, he's special. He's special.
Going on to the next level, we'll tell you a little bit more about the Commodores as well as the defenders when we come back here and get you set for some high school football here in Central Kentucky. Just a splendid afternoon and now evening here in Lexington for some high school football. You could not ask for better weather out here. Very few clouds scattered around, and it is just a gorgeous night to play some football.
Right, and the temperature's going to drop a little bit when the sun goes down, so that's even going to make it better.
That tonight's weather forecast is presented by Suntime Pools and Spas. Good people to know if you have a pool. When Cisco and I return, we'll check in on the Bryan Station sideline and visit with their first-year head coach, J.T. Haskins, when we come back on Glycon.
Leaves and other dirt and grime are no match against the experts at Suntime Pools, your BioGuard dealer. Weekly service, computerized water testing, or just need advice. Our reputation has made us the company of choice for all your pool needs. Visit us today for a full line of BioGuard swimming pool products. Suntime Pools.
Hey, who turned out the lights? Hello?
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, We live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Get started by finding the program that works for you at bluegrass.kctcs.edu. Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for your world.
Here with Bryan Station head coach JT Haskins. And JT, I know you're a guy that bleeds these Bryan Station colors. What did it mean for you personally to get your first win as a high school coach last week?
It meant the world to me, man. It brought me back to my playing days, and just seeing the kids excited about the win on the road in a hostile environment. Ballard's a great team, and we just came out and played some good defense and scored a few points.
You never know how a team is going to respond to a first-year head coach. Have you been pleased with how this group has responded?
I'm very pleased with the group. With me being a defensive coordinator last year, I think the kids was already well prepared for my coaching style and what I expect, and they just come out and play for me hard.
4 games into the year, this is going to be the 5th tonight. What have you been most pleased with it from the growth of this team from when camp began and you had the practice sessions?
Well, camp first began, we was kind of unsure of ourselves. I think now they found their identity on how to play as one and with the demeanor of all together. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited about this team. I'm looking forward to the playoffs as the season continues to grow. And, we're just going to take each game step by step and play by play.
You last week holding Ballard to 3 points. That's a really big achievement for your defense. What was the biggest key for your defense last week?
Just swarming to the ball. I preach to our kids all the time about swarming to the ball, which is meaning all 11 hats to the ball. I want everyone's name to show up in the assisted tackle category, if not solo. So I just want them guys just flying around making plays. Anything can happen.
And in a rivalry game like this, how do you tell the kids to keep their emotions in check, or do you want them to play with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder?
You always got to play with a chip on your shoulder, but you also got to control your emotions. My guys are well prepared. They know how my style of play is, and we're just going to play to the echo of the whistle.
Best of luck to you. Thank you for your time.
Appreciate it.
All right, that's head coach JT Haskins of Bryan Station. We'll come back and have more pregame coverage right here on Glycod.
No one college can be all things to all people, but Bluegrass Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt. Affordable, flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
Drive with the confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cartown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CartownKiaUSA.com.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
You have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
With Fast Signs, create custom deep sea signage that makes the wait a visual escape. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling. You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Welcome back to Glycod. Our coverage of high school football in Central Kentucky rolls on here alongside Cisco Bryan. I'm Wes Chandler, and we are at Tates Creek High School tonight at Roy Walton Stadium for the Commodores of Tates Creek and the Bryan Station Defenders in Week 5. Here in the Kentucky High School landscape, we are about 18 minutes away from the kickoff here in Lexington. And Cisco, time now for tonight's keys to the game. We start with the defenders of Bryan Station. What do you have?
Well, the biggest key to them is actually win the turnover battle. That's their biggest key, and also keep the big explosive offense that we talk about that Tates Creek can put up and do that. And they're also looking to win all three phases. He wants to win the special team, offense, and defense. So that's the key to the game for them to be successful and to move their record up to 2 and 3.
Yeah, both of these teams identical 1-3 records. The victor tonight will obviously do that. And Cisco, for the other side, the Commodores of Tates Creek, they are looking to snap that 3-game losing streak.
Right, their biggest key is penalties. That's been the biggest thing that really has hurt them in the beginning, and also is play with a little passion. When somebody hits them in the mouth, Coach was saying they got to fight right back. So their key to the game is keep the energy and also make big plays on offense.
Yeah, I think you're going to see both of these teams play. When we talked a little bit with the Bryan Station head coach JT Haskins, both teams going to play with a chip on their shoulder. It's a rivalry game out here tonight.
Right, and people don't realize that these kids, they actually know each other. They actually communicate with each other, and they actually, hang out a little bit. Some of them are actually friends. So it's a big rivalry game for both teams, Bryan Station and Tates Creek.
All right, that's tonight's Keys to the Game presented by Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. They strive to keep your trucks moving through outstanding parts availability and unmatched service. This broadcast is authorized by Tates Creek High School with production rights owned by Glycod. We aim to provide the most positive representation for all participating student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. We appreciate you watching. When we come back, we'll hear from the Commodores side and their head coach, Jonathan Hawks, in his 4th year on the sideline for TC. All coming up next right here on Glycod.
Plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech 24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
A new year
career means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Tates Creek head coach Jonathan Hawks joining us here on Glycod before the Bryan Station game. And coach, come in. I know everybody wants to get rid of that 3-game losing streak. What's going to be the biggest key for the Commodores out here tonight to be able to get back on the winning side of the scoreboard?
Start fast and just be confident. You know, that's the 2 main things we're trying to focus on right now. Start fast and be as confident as you can be as a football player.
When you look back at last week from the Douglas game, you wanted to have better start, better mentality. I know that's something you guys have been preaching on in practice all week long. I know that's something you're excited to see, hopefully, out on display here this afternoon.
Yes, sir. It's just about making sure that my kids understand the moments. You know, they get nervous because the process in rebuilding the program a little quicker than most. You know, each year, the last 2 or 3 years especially, you know, our kids get a lot of buzz around the city. They get a lot of buzz around, you know, the counties that's closer to us, right? And so a lot of people know that we're a growing program, but we're getting better. You know, we've won 2 back-to-back district championships, so that puts a target on you, especially in your district. So our kids understand that we can win. But in order for us to win big, I don't want to just win a district championship for Tates Creek High School along with these players. I want us as a collective whole to finally knock down that door and get to that 3rd and 4th round to be able to win those games as well. So, you know, we've been on a 3-game losing streak to some really good, really great programs. And I just think that if we can just knock the doors down to understand that we can play with those same guys too, I think that just then takes us to another level as a program mentally to know that we can play with the best.
And you're doing this on pretty young squad too as well. And I imagine when you have a young squad like that, confidence is such a huge swing one way or the other. Feel like if you can get back on the positive side, that confidence would take off and just elevate this group to another level. Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir. I think that that's the major key. Like I said, I want to say in a previous interview, if we were given the ability to talk about our team, people would understand that our depth is young. We're top heavy with a few guys, so it seems as if we're a little older, but we really depend on the youth of our team because our seniors, that senior class that came in as freshmen, those guys, you know, that was a 7, 8, 9-man class, and so we've kind of built it with a few guys that's moved in. But other than that, we've literally just had guys that have come from Southern and Tates Creek Middle School to help with our program getting better. So it's a great thing to have, but it's also another growing situation for our kids to understand that they're good enough and that they can play at a high level at Tates Creek High School. So I'm looking forward to us executing on that tonight.
Your quarterback, Darnell Burnside, he was hurt last week. What's his status? Is he good to go?
Yes, sir. He'll be good to go.
appreciate the time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's Tates Creek head coach Jonathan Hawks. We'll come back with us. We'll have more pregame coverage right here on Glycod.
Leaves and other dirt and grime are no match against the experts at Sunshine Pools. Your BioGuard dealer, weekly service, computerized water testing, or just need advice. Our reputation has made us the company of choice for all your pool needs. Visit us today for a full line of BioGuard swimming pool products. Sunshine Pools.
Hey, who turned out the lights? Hello?
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Need a tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
Here in Kentucky of great savings at Cartown Kia.
Score 1.9% financing on select new Kia models like 2026 Kia Sportage. Or win with 0% on 2025 Kia Sorento and Sportage.
Our team is here for your team at Cartown Kia.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Welcome back here to Tates Creek High School as the Commodores of Tates Creek getting ready to battle Bryan Station defenders. Cisco, real quick, tonight's game plan presented by Elite Building Products in Nicholasville, the right decision for your home.
Well, you might be looking at a little bit something different than actually I'm about to say. The game plan is they both have the same game plan.
Yeah.
It's to start fast, the turnovers, and match other people's energy, like match each other's energy. And I think that's the game plan for both teams to me.
Sounds like a game plan to success. Both of these teams at 1-3 on the season. Tates Creek looking to snap a 3-game losing streak. Bryan Station looking for back-to-back wins after an 8-3 win over Ballard. That's tonight's game plan. When Cisco and I return, we'll come back and have the kickoff right here on Glycod.
Here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
Little everyday conversations about the dangers of underage drinking can make a big difference in a child's life. Talk, they hear you.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
From Glycod, it's Central Kentucky High School football. Tonight's game is brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for your world. Manowar Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. IBEW Local 369, power up your potential. New Vista, we see the good ahead. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling. Elite Building Products in Nicholasville, where you'll find top quality products for your home. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. Suntime Pools and Spas, good people to know if you have a pool. And by Fast Signs. Now to the field for all the action from Glycod on Central Kentucky High School football.
On a lovely Friday evening here in Central Kentucky, getting you set for Week 5 of the high school football season here in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, alongside former Kentucky Wildcat and Coach Cisco Bryan. I'm Wes Chandler. As the Commodores, Tates Creek 1-3 on the season, battle with the defenders of Bryan Station, also with a 1-3 record. And as we get prepared for the coin toss, the captains now on both sides getting ready to merge at midfield. And Cisco, when we go into these games, I think a lot of times we kind of know, or we think we know how a game is going to turn out. I honestly have no clue in this one.
Well, I'm right with you.
Yeah.
I'm right with you. And again, both sides are looking for that early energy. And it should be a very good matchup. I'm just hoping that both teams and the turnovers turn down and everybody just play fast and have a great game tonight.
Bryan Station began the year with a loss to South Warren by 21, 56-35, then traveled to Pulaski County, lost that game 49-27. As Cisco mentioned earlier, they had a non-region game or non-class 6A game against Corbin on the road, or actually that was a home game, and got halfway done, and Mother Nature said, enough of that. So It was only a 7-0 final score. But then they were able to come back and beat Ballard 8-3. And what was a really weird game, that final score, you don't see an 8-3 game that much. It was 3-2 at halftime.
Right, a couple of home runs, the ball hit in the gap and got over the head, and a couple of runs scored, an 8-3 ball game. But it's a win. And that was Coach Haskins, which he mentioned and you mentioned to him, his first big win as a high school coach.
And on the other side for Tates Creek, they opened the season with a win over Mercer County, putting up 66 points on the board in that game. But then 3 straight losses, one to Ashland Blazer by 21, then to South Oldham here on this field, 41-24, and then last week losing to Frederick Douglass 40-7. And you look at those 3 losses, I think there's going to be more of an emphasis on the defense. 3 straight games allowing 40 points, that puts a lot of pressure on your offense.
Well, I'm going to go back over on the offensive side. You scored 66 points the first game, and then 23, 24, and 7. So that's a lot of pressure on the defense. So that explosive offense needs to get started.
And that kind of brings us back to our opening questions that we had. Which team will we see?
Yes.
You really don't know. As the defenders of Bryan Station charge out onto the field as they emerge from their area where they will congregate here tonight from just behind the visiting stadium bleachers here at Roy Walton Stadium. Bryan Station will be in the visiting white uniforms along with those green pants and yellow gold helmets. Tates Creek will be in the home black uniforms, all black except for the helmets, white helmets on top of the lids for the Commodores of Tates Creek as they emerge from the tunnel on our right, charging onto the field right now, merged by a bunch of cheerleaders and dance team members for the Commodores. And really excited to see how this one shapes out. Tates Creek now they're making their way onto the field here. And the Commodores and Bryan Station defenders, this is a matchup. We told it in our open. Less than 10 miles separates these two teams, and they meet yearly. And Bryan Station has really dominated this series.
Very much so. But like Coach said, that this is the team right now for them to get, their hand. And I'm going to use this word, kick the door in.
Yeah, there you go.
This is right now for them to kick the door in. So, and again, I'm like you. I'm excited for the kickoff. I'm excited.
Bryan Station has won the last 7 games in the series versus Tates Creek, scoring 40 or more in every game. And they have outscored Tates Creek 294-64, dating back to September of 2020. So it's been owned by Bryan Station. We'll see if that continues out here tonight. I imagine that it's going to be a little bit more competitive than those in the years past.
I think so. There's no question about that. And I didn't realize it was that big of a deficit.
Yeah, it's kind of been one-sided ever since around 2020, back around when COVID started. It'll be Bryan Station to kick it off here in Central Kentucky. Week 5 about to get underway. We got the early game, Cisco. We might be out of here before the crack of midnight.
I'm telling you, right when the sun goes down, this is different. 6:30 game kickoff. But that's Lexington, Kentucky. All the city schools play at 6:30.
And it'll be Tates Creek back to receive the opening kickoff. They will get the ball first here, as we are about set for the opening ceremonies here in Lexington. Back deep for the Commodores, Tristan Taylor. He'll backpedal, and a very strong kick by Bryan Station. That is their kickoff man right there, doing a nice job to put it into the end zone. John Hannon, a 6'2", 190 senior, has got a booming leg.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm old. So you know who I thought of? John Hannon of the New England Patriots, the Hall of Famer guard. When I saw that name, it's the first name that popped in my head, John Hannon.
Well, here it'll be Tates Creek opening up things. Coming off that 40-7 loss to Frederick Douglass last week. Darnell Burnside back in at quarterback.
I look at him get Cooper. He's down here at the bottom, J.T. Cooper, number 4, down at the bottom.
Yeah, we're going to call his name a lot out here tonight. Sending B.J. Evans in motion. It's empty backfield for the Commodores. A little trickery right out of the gate on a toss to a jet sweep to Tristan Taylor. He cuts around the outside, plenty enough distance for the first down, and a really good start for the Commodores on the first play.
Very good start. A little jet sweep coming back downhill, and he hit that hole. Hit the hole.
17-yard pickup for Tristan Taylor. Really like the play right there. I think that was a design play call right out of the gate.
Right. Just let's get on the edge.
That'll bring up first down and 10 now for Tates Creek inside their own territory. Ball spotted on the right hash at the 37-yard line. Send Taylor in motion. Quick 3-step drop caught by Luke Cooper. Cooper motoring forward to midfield. Will be right past the first down sticks. 2 plays, 2 first downs for the Commodores.
Well, that's what Coach Hawks wanted, is to start fast. And so he's done that 2 straight plays. 2 first possessions, both going for first downs.
11th catch of the year for Luke Cooper, 134 yards, a couple of touchdowns on the season for Cooper. Him and JT, twin brothers. Ball on the left hash now at the Tates Creek 49-yard line. First down and 10 after the pickup of 12 more. Right up the gut on a running game. Here's the first man getting the ball carrier, B.J. Evans, motoring forward into Bryan Station territory.
B.J. is a big guy. He's nice. He's got speed. He's got power. So right now they got a little Bryan Station defense a little bit off balance right now.
And in their last game against Douglass, they kind of bottled up Evans a little bit, so I imagine he's got a little bit more chip on his shoulder coming into tonight.
Very much so.
10 carries for him. Didn't really get much going, less than 30 yards on the ground. Tates Creek has 3 receivers to the far side. First, second down, and 2 make it for the Commodores at the Bryan Station 43. They're coming with the rush off the edge. Hand off to Evans, and he is met with a stone wall. Right there to greet him is Cedric Armstrong, 6'2", 220-pound junior. He read that play perfectly.
And short of the first down, they brought the linebacker off the edge, and that was a very good job to try to put pressure so he doesn't run downhill so fast.
3rd and short, and we have a stop in play here. Referee tonight is Danny Brown. Sideline warning on Tates Creek.
Bryan Station. He pointed to.
Oh, was it on the other side?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So sideline warning on Bryan Station. 3rd down and 1. Bryan Station trying to get off the field here after that big play on 2nd down. 3rd and 1 here for Tates Creek. Man to his left for Burnside. That's Evans. He will give it to B.J. Evans, trying to dance to the outside, and he'll be denied. Nice tackle on an open space by Joel Nadasi Ubu.
Very good tackle. Very good tackle. Okay, they're going to measure.
I don't think he got it. A lot of east-west running, and Joel Nadasiaba able to bring him down, and the Commodores actually losing a yard, so it'll be 4th down and a long 2. Tates Creek is going to go for it here, trying to get points on the board here. No score, opening drive for TC. Hand off to Evans, goes right up the guard tackle, and he'll have enough for the first down. Keep those legs churning inside the 35 before he is stood up right there.
Wow, that right there means I got confidence, Coach. Give me the ball, let me get this first down. But that's a lot of confidence both ways, the player, the coach, and coach the players.
B.J. Evans, one of those guys that is really taking on more of a leadership role here this season. And he told me that, or Jonathan Hawks, the head coach, told me in our conversation earlier this week that B.J. Evans was one of the guys saying, hey, it's on me, it's on all of us to kind of pick up where we need to be after 3 straight losses, wants to kind of take on that leadership role even more so. Fresh set of downs for Tates Creek now with Evans to the right of Burnside. Burnside gets a low snap, 3-step drop, airs it out for Luke Cooper. Ball is in the air, and it is caught. Was he in bounds?
And they said he was in bounds.
Yes, he was. Inside the 5-yard line, down at the 4, a 30-yard pickup for Luke Cooper.
That was a very good throw by Burnside. Cooper made a great adjustment to the sideline because he was very close to being out of bounds. Great job in high school. Remember, you don't have to have 1 foot in.
Jonathan Hawks was talking to me in a couple of games that we've done here in Tates Creek. He said, in the past, Burnside has shied away from those throws, thinking that he had to be perfect. So it's good for a confidence standpoint for Burnside to be able to kind of let that one fly. He wants him to play loose and play fearless. On the ground to Evans, and he is wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. Meeting him right there, Ethan Thomas, 6'2", 210 senior.
Right, and I'm going to go back a little bit what you just said, because right now you're going to let your players make plays for you, and Burnside doesn't have to do it all, so that's a good thing because he's got some players.
It's a long opening drive for Tates Creek, approaching almost 4 minutes in length. Luke and JT Cooper in at receivers, 1 to each side, ball on the left hash at the 3-yard line. 2nd down and goal. Empty backfield for Darnell Burnside Jr. Low snap, pitch onto the outside. Tristan Taylor trying to go for the jet sweep, and he will motor in for a touchdown. Tristan Taylor, they book in jet sweeps on the drive to Tristan Taylor, and he scores from 3 yards out.
Went right back to the well. Right back to the well. Great play calling. The whole series going down the field was pass, run, run, pass. And going for it on 4th down and getting that first down by Evans just topped it off with a touchdown.
Well, great start for the Commodores, looking to snap that 3-game losing streak. They got the ball into the hands of their skill players, and they get the opening score. On to attempt the extra point is Blake Hitchcock, 12 of 14 on the year, make it 13 of 15 on the year in point afters. And the Commodores strike first, 7-0 on Glycod.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
3-yard touchdown run by Tristan Taylor puts the Commodores on the board. Taylor, couple of carries on the drive, and Tates Creek offense looking sharp. And you go back to that key play where they were able to get it on 4th down, right inside, right around the 40-yard line. That was one of the key plays in that big 30-yard connection to Luke Cooper. There were a couple of big plays there on that drive for the Creek Commodores.
Right, excellent play calling. Coach Black, who's the offensive coordinator, balance. He played a little chess, had Bryan Station's defense on the first series a little bit off balance.
So now we'll see if Bryan Station has an answer. Tates Creek, a little bit of a funky formation in there. They'll line that back up and boot it away at the 40-yard line. Blake Hitchcock on to kick it away to the defenders. Low line drive kick, whistles blow. We have a flag on the play right at the 40-yard line where it was kicked. That would lead you to believe that it's some sort of formation penalty. It does go on Tates Creek, and they'll back him up 5, and Hitchcock will boot it away at the 35.
It looks like he called offsides on Tates Creek.
Gunner's trying to get down there a little bit too quick. But a drive almost of 4 minutes for the Commodores, 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
As a head coach, you couldn't ask for anything better offensively.
Another low line drive kick for the defenders to field at the 10-yard line, going up the hash, and he is met right there at the 30-yard line by a gang of Commodores. It was Kamani Barber on the return for the defenders.
And that name we'll probably say a lot.
Yeah.
We will probably say a lot. He runs the football. He also catches the football as well. I don't know if he throws it or not, but he's capable of doing it all.
Leading rusher on the year and leading receiver on the year. A multi-sport star at Bryan Station, also on the basketball team as well. C.J. Carpenter, the quarterback for Bryan Station. 5'11", 175 junior out of a shotgun formation.
And we got an official timeout.
Avery Johnson to his left, and we have a stop in play here to figure out something there.
Well, what happened is you're in high school, everybody looked at college, and so 2 of the Tates Creek kids are coming off because their knee pads are not over their knees, and that's a big emphasis from Mr. Tackett.
Devon Flowers, one of those, and also Sean Taylor having to fix the knee pads. You were right on it, Cisco, able to spot those. Here's the first play for the Commodores on the ground and getting around the edge, and big real estate. First play is a success and a great cut up the middle, and the first play is going to go for a touchdown for Bryan Station. He lost the ball, but he got it back. A big-time run there of 69 yards right out of the gate for Avery Johnson.
Well, I'm looking at the white hat. He's not going down. We must have a penalty. Oh, the flag. Yeah,
Yep.
it's blending in with the circle.
Right at midfield, a flag on the play, and that would lead you to believe that the touchdown will be wiped away. Oh, man, it looked like Bryan Station was going to answer right back with one play.
But it will be a first down because the flag came after the first down, so it will be first down.
Holding on the defenders. It'll be on the 39-yard line right hash for the defenders.
Well, I stand corrected. The hole was beyond the sticks. I thought he was past it.
Well, it basically works as at a 9-yard pickup.
Right.
You just lose the other 60 that was attached to that run.
60 and a touchdown.
Yeah. Carpenter, quick 3-step drop, pass complete on a screen, and losing yards on the pass completion to Braden Wilson. Tates Creek read that one.
Well, they came down because Tates Creek looked like they were in a cover 2. That means the corners are uptight, pressing, and he saw it and made the tackle.
Second catch of the year for Wilson. Lose about a half a yard. It'll bring up 2nd down and 1. Carpenter on the year. 25 of 54 through the air, a little over 350 yards. On the ground they will go, and nice cut back up again. Plenty of running room, this time motoring down the sideline. It's a new running back in Kerwin Montgomery, and he goes well into Tates Creek territory. He is marked out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Well, they've established the run, obviously. 2 big runs. This one didn't get called back, so the chains move, and it's first down.
A 36-yard pickup for Montgomery. Coming in averaging just 15 yards per game. He is the leading rusher on the year as far as attempts. He has the most attempts on the team. Getting in near the red zone now. Bryan Station gets the high snap, goes right back up the middle to Montgomery, and he'll get inside the 20 before he is pushed backwards.
But right now, both coaches should be happy. Energy, Tates Creek, Bryan Station's coming right back with some energy of their own. So this is what we was hoping we would get.
Montgomery now checks out. Bring on Avery Johnson. Pick up a 5 on the ground, and that's exactly what you want on first down. Get those 4 or 5 yards. Set yourself up for positive real estate in the second and third down category. Second down and 4, ball at the right hash. Fake the handoff to Johnson. Carpenter rolls, slings it over the middle, slant route, caught, touchdown. It is caught by Michael Sands, the tight end. That was all created by Carpenter.
Carpenter boot to his left. Good job of turning his hips and getting that throw through. He threw a little sidearm. Must play shortstop.
The way he was able to just sling it.
Yes.
On the run, too, and hit his man, Michael Sands, for the touchdown.
And most people don't realize that's hard to do, especially when people are coming at you. I do it all the time, but I'm going up against air, so I'm okay.
Bryan Station now looking to tie it at 7. Less than 2 minutes. Bryan Station answers back. John Hannon on to attempt the point after he has made all 3 so far this year. And we have an offsides penalty on the Commodores.
The kick was good, and unless he blew it before, I guess he did. He blew it dead before the kick.
Sometimes you'll see after a penalty on the defense, some coaches will like to go for 2 here, but it looks like Hannon will stay on to tie this game at 7.
And also normally what they do, they won't move the ball. They just decline it and kick it again. But they moved it up a yard and a half, and that one is line drive good.
And we are all tied up at 7. Offense aplenty on both sides. Both Tates Creek and Bryan Station score on their opening drives. We'll take a quick timeout.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
6:18 remaining here in the first quarter. Both teams now about to embark on their second offensive possession. And it's all deadlocked at 7. Well, for Bryan Station, their last 6 quarters, when you throw in that Corbin game where they played only half, scored 8 points in the last 6 quarters. It just takes them 1 drive to get to 7 here in this Week 5 contest. And they will kick it away now. Both teams looking to keep this offensive train rolling. Tristan Taylor a yard deep in the end zone, fumbles it. Now he'll saunter forward and be met right there at the 15-yard line. Good special teams tackle that time by the defenders. Able to stop Tristan Taylor right there in his tracks. And that was a nice tackle by Gus Naziyuki Oso.
So we'll see the energy for Tates Creek. How do they respond back? And their trips down here at the bottom. Evans should get a touch on this one.
Burnside, quick pass complete to J.T. Cooper. Cooper trying to dance forward to the sideline in front of his own bench, and he'll get good chunks there right at the sticks to the 25-yard line. And it's going to be just shy, a 9-yard pickup for J.T. Cooper.
In front of the chains on the first play, and they've been doing that. They did it the last series, and J.T. Cooper just makes me happy every time he catches the ball with 2 hands, and he just snatches it.
Exactly how you teach it.
Yes.
With that last catch, now over 1,200 yards in his career receiving. Second down and 1. Shotgun snap to Burnside. Lots of running room for Evans. He makes the cut.
Good block.
More running room up to the 40, 45, and toppled over at the 45-yard line right there. A great pickup there for B.J. Evans, 20-yard style.
And Luke Cooper, excellent block on the cornerback out there, put him on the ground, and he ended up bouncing outside and getting another first down for Tates Creek.
B.J. Evans, his second year at Tates Creek after transferring over from Lexington Christian at the beginning of 2024. Had a terrific season last year to really kind of pace this Tates Creek offense. He's trying to get going here as we're right at the midway point in the season, and the screen pass almost intercepted and taken away the other side. It was broken up there by Kamani Barber.
Kamani saw that early. I think he was kind of surprised at it because he sat down on that, and as you can see it again, he was breaking real early. JT Cooper could not block him because he was already past him.
And as a receiver, you're kind of taught those, especially kind of like a pass in basketball. Meet the pass.
Yes.
Don't just stand there.
Come back to it.
Second down and 10 after the incompletion there for Burnside. Had to exit last game. Brought in Ace Davis in relief. Second time he has been brought on this season in relief, but it's back to Burnside here. Here's a shifty run by B.J. Evans, sauntering down the field for B.J. Evans inside the 40, and he'll be marked down at the 37-yard line. A pickup of 18 more for B.J. Evans, and this looks like last year's Evans.
Very much so, because he's hitting the hole. He's got a lot of confidence. I think you said, we got a holding call. I can't see the officials' flag. They're not throwing it up in the air. They're just tossing it on the ground. But it is a holding call against Tates Creek. That is a fact. It is coming back. But going back to A.C. Davis, I thought he played very well last week for coming in on the injury to Burnside. Did a very good job from being over there and knowing that Burnside is a starting quarterback, but he was ready to play.
Yeah, one of the focuses is kind of this as we get to the midpoint of the season here. Jonathan Ox told me, he said, we want to get Ace more reps that way in case we do need him to come on in these type of situations, that he is a little bit more prepared, and I think they're able to do that. But they love the potential of Burnside, and you could see that talent start to develop, and just kind of a raw talent, but he is gaining confidence game by game. Second down and 10 after the holding call, and there's another flag.
We got a false start on Tates Creek. Again, that was part of the keys to the game, and game plan is stop with the penalties for Tates Creek.
Going back to Burnside, if you remember, he transferred in from Douglas in 2024, and he started out as a defensive back. He wasn't a quarterback.
Well, what happened is he went there as a quarterback. They moved him to DB so he could play. But he always wanted to be a quarterback. That's why he transferred.
And getting that opportunity here for Tates Creek. Second down and 15 now at the 40-yard line. Ball in the left hash and more movement. And Tates Creek going the wrong direction if this is on them.
I think the officials are discussing, I think, is to see if the defense drawed him off to move, because the offensive guy had the right to protect himself.
And another false start against the Commodores, so back-to-back false starts here on as many plays.
Yeah, because the defensive lineman for Bryan Station did move, but they're off the ball. They're not right on the football. And then the offensive guy pointed because he moved up, and they ended up calling him for a false start. So, again, third penalty on this series.
Second down and 20 now. It'll make it. Is this the type of play here where you try a screen to try to get you in better third down territory?
I'm giving it to Evans because he's got potential. He's not in. I don't see him. 20's in the backfield.
That's Caleb Murphy in the backup tailback. Murphy with a couple of carries on the year. It will send him in motion. Burnside dropping back. Airing it out on second down. Man wide open. Pass complete. Inside Bryan Station territory. And the pass is complete. No, it's intercepted. Taken away at the last moment. Coming away with the interception was Alaji Bojang.
Wow.
He just took it away.
He just took it away as he was going down to the ground because it was obviously caught.
It was kind of a jump ball situation, and Bojang just wrestled it away.
Because they both had possession, it would go to the offense. So that was a big turn of event.
Bojang with 2 interceptions last week.
Yes.
Make it his 3rd now in the last 5 quarters. And what a turn here by the defense of Bryan Station to get the interception. Their 4th interception of the year. And as they were going to the ground, he just muscled it away on the ground. Flag comes down. It's nice running room along the sideline on that carry by Braden Payne, but it looks like it's going to come back. We've had a lot of penalties in this first quarter.
And that's been the biggest thing for both teams in their first 4 games. It's been penalties.
Well, it looks like when Bryan Station can get the running game going without having a penalty, there's so much green grass.
A lot.
That's been that's not been a pleasant sight for if you're a Tates Creek fan out here tonight so far. But the penalty, if you're a Commodores fan, will wipe away that big gain. For Bryan Station, they enter almost 80 yards per game on the ground. It'll be 1st down and 2 from the 35-yard line. We've had 1st down and 1. We've had 1st down and 2 now. Put that on your bingo card.
Yes.
Carpenter back to work after the INT. Running room up the guard tackle side on the right and brought forward just past the yards to gain. Be a 1st down for the defenders.
And you said it earlier, the biggest thing is they're running the football, they're getting penetration right up the middle. Different guys are carrying the ball for them, for Bryan Station.
That's where the majority of their touchdowns have come this year. 6 rushing touchdowns on the ground, just 3 passing touchdowns. They are a ground game. Carpenter out of the shotgun. They will send a man in motion. That is Aaron Cano. He'll be lined up as kind of a tight end. Handoff goes to the tailback in Avery Johnson, and Tates Creek gets good penetration there to stop it for a loss. Sean Taylor able to make the tackle for a loss.
Taylor got in the backfield, caused an issue.
His 12th tackle of the year, 1st behind the line of scrimmage. And it kind of goes hand in hand. We were talking about that running game for Bryan Station. That's been the weakness so far for this Tates Creek defense. Boy, look at that penetration. Met in the backfield and stuffed.
Wow.
Back-to-back plays by Sean Taylor. He got a 5-yard start. My goodness.
Well, now you got to change the count.
Yeah.
You got to change the snap count now because he was in the backfield. I mean, he actually could have got the ball.
He almost got the handoff.
Yes.
Yeah. What a play by Sean Taylor, making back-to-back plays out of the defensive backfield. And that will be a loss of 7 on the play. 3rd down and 17. And Bryan Station with 2 receivers to the near side. 3, make it 2 to the far side. Ball right in the middle of the hashes. Carpenter throws a slant, pass dropped. It was intended for Braden Wilson, the 6-foot senior, right through his gloves.
And I think he would have had enough to get the 1st down because they probably would have tackled him, but it would have been beyond the sticks.
So now that'll bring up 4th down and very long, and Bryan Station will bring on their punter and John Hannon to punt it away. Hannon doubles as the punter kicker. Tristan Taylor stands back at his own 30-yard line. Hannon, 2-step drop to his right. Very high spiraling kick that will bounce high and go out of bounds right around the 35-yard line. And that is where Tates Creek will take over. That's the kind of defensive play that can really spark an offense, in my opinion.
Very much so. But the biggest thing is a great defensive play after Bryan Station made a super defensive play of pulling the ball away and getting Bryan Station momentum, and then Tates came right back. Taylor did an excellent job on 2 great plays.
Both teams scoring a touchdown on their opening drive. Both teams, nothing happening in drive number 2.
And both teams with penalties.
Yeah, and lots of them.
Yes.
First down and 10 now for the Commodores. Ball at the 35-yard line on the left hash for Burnside. Evans now is back in. Little quick throw complete over on the far sideline. Cooper stays on his feet, will gain an extra yard, but they'll mark him back, I think, right where he caught the ball at the 30, make it the 46-yard line. Pickup of 11 for Luke Cooper. He's already got 3 catches on the night.
Right, they target him.
We've got Kamani Barber on J.T. Cooper, who coming in has the better statistical season so far. So you imagine Barber's putting a lot of focus on J.T. Cooper, so that may free up his brother in Luke.
And the Tates Creek's offense have seen that.
Taylor in motion and more
Another
penalties.
False start.
Is that now 3 false starts on Tates Creek?
Yep.
At least 3. They had 2 on one drive earlier, back-to-back plays. Can't keep playing behind the sticks and have success if you want to try to put points on the board. Cooper, the lone receiver, out to the far side. 3 receivers to the near side. Taylor will go in motion. Hand off to Evans. Evans motoring forward to the 46, and he'll get the penalty yards back there. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10, and what will probably be the last play of the first quarter. It will be, and we'll take it to the quarter break with them. A lot of action here on both sides. An in-city battle in Lexington between Tates Creek and Bryan Station, tied at 7 at the end of the first 12 minutes here in Lexington. Come back and have the second quarter for you on Glycott.
Confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cartown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CartownKiaUSA.com.
Leaves and other dirt and grime are no match against the experts at Suntime Pools, your BioGuard dealer. Weekly service, computerized water testing, or just need advice. Our reputation has made us the company of choice for all your pool needs. Visit us today for a full line of BioGuard swimming pool products. Suntime Pools.
Hey, who turned out the lights? Hello?
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
On to quarter number 2, alongside former Kentucky Wildcat and Coach Cisco Bryant. I'm Wes Chandler. Been a lot of action here between the Commodores and the defenders, as it'll be Tates Creek ball, 2nd down and 10 now from their own 46-yard line. Burnside with time to throw, and it is picked off. Reading the pass perfectly and jumping out in front for their second pick of the night is Bryan Station's defense, and they make a big-time play. It is Keon Johnson coming away with the second pick.
Well, I'm going to look at this because it didn't look like you can get that through that window. I think the window was closed. It was closed.
Yeah, it was closed. That was good coverage there by Braden Payne. And then just kind of coming from the weak side,
right.
Johnson able to intercept the pass. That is the 5th interception of the year for Bryan Station. They now have a +2 turnover margin. So Tates Creek now having to fight some turnover bugs here in this first half. Can Bryan Station answer? Carpenter Fakes, throws, man complete out to the far sideline, trying to spin inside the 25 and doing so by an extra yard. Braden Payne.
A little play action there.
Braden Payne, 5'4", 135, making the catch in open space. Carpenter's been crisp tonight.
Yeah, he has. He drops down when he needs to, comes over the top when he needs to. Just doing what he needs to do is throw the football.
Nice little pickup. A little less than 20 yards there on that last completion. Carpenter goes back to work, 1st and 10 from the 25. Running game going around the edge. This time it is Kerwin Montgomery who had that big run earlier.
That closed real fast.
It did.
It closed real fast.
Give credit to the Tates Creek defense moving east to west. Right there leading the charge for them was Andrew Holloman, sophomore.
And that's one of those young players that Coach talked about. You know, he said we got some seniors in certain spots, but we got some young guys that can play a little bit.
Certainly makes any coach happy when you can have sophomores out there making plays on Friday night. 4-yard pickup, bring up 2nd down and 6 now. Movement along the line, and another procedure penalty. And this one is going to go on Station.
I'm always looking where the official throws the flag, left or right, you know. And these guys are doing a great job to make us look good because they're throwing it on the side that they're going to call the penalty on.
Referee tonight, Danny Brown and his crew have been busy.
Yes.
So that'll wipe away 5 more yards, and back behind the sticks goes Bryan Station. It'll be 2nd down and 11 now from their 25-yard line of Tates Creek. Carpenter out of the shotgun. Throws a short pass, dropped. It was Barber right there, close toward a lateral, which would have been a live ball, but it was incomplete, intended for Kamani Barber.
And what they did is Tates Creek did a very good job of disguising their coverage. They actually rolled. He stayed. He went back, and then the safety came up. Very good call right there on there from Coach Duncan, the defensive coordinator.
Rikus Greer, the junior, right there in coverage, forcing the incompletion. Now 3rd down. Can Tates Creek's defense stiffen here? Bryan Station does have a kicker in John Hannon, who's made from 45 earlier this year, so it is a possibility that they could go for 3. Trying to negate that here. A quick pass complete inside the 20 and pushed backwards. Pass complete on the far side. Tackle made by Devon Flowers on the pass completion right toward the 20-yard line. And that'll bring up a decision for first-year head coach J.T. Haskins. Pass was complete to Braden Wilson.
He's got his field goal team in.
Hannon on to attempt the field goal to try to put Bryan Station on top. It will be a 36-yard attempt, and Tates Creek was coming right off the edge, and we have a stop in play. A flag flies.
Is that enough for a first down? Because it's definitely against Tates Creek.
It was 4th down and 5. Trying to read the snap count once again. It was Taylor who had that really impressive jump there off the line.
Enough for a first.
And it is enough for a first down. That's just got to drive a coach crazy. And Jonathan Hawks, 4th down and 5, and you commit an offsides.
And he's just walking with his hands on his hip, shaking his head.
Max Stump, a backup linebacker, will check in, 6-foot senior. Stump will actually come in on the D-line now, looks like. First down then. Hannon will go back to the sidelines. Bryan Station looking to put a touchdown on the board here. Handoff for Montgomery. Nice tackle there by Taylor.
Well, that's the one time he should have just kept going, north and south, south and north, because that time he tried to bounce it, but Tates Creek was out there waiting on him.
They'll make a switch at running back now and bring on Raymond Young who plays on both sides of the ball.
Bryan Station used a lot of guys to tote the ball in the backfield. A lot.
7 on the year have at least 1 carry entering play tonight.
That's a whole lot. That's different.
Lot. And you'll see Young here in the backfield.
Yes.
He's got 2 carries on the year, may get a 3rd here. 2nd down and 8 from the Tates Creek 12-yard line. 8.5 to play first half. It will be on the ground to Young. He's dancing forward, keeping the pile pushing, and he just dances off of defenders and in for a touchdown.
That looked like a starter right there.
That was impressive off the bench. Raymond Young, only his 3rd carry, but his 2nd touchdown of the season. Raymond Young has appeared in all 5 games now. And an injured Bryan Station player being helped over to the sideline. That's offensive lineman John Bentley, 6'7", 330, the junior, having to be helped over to the Bryan Station bench.
He's having a hard time putting a little pressure on it right now. It looks like the right leg. Hope it's nothing serious.
Hannon will be on to attempt the point after for the defenders. 4 for 4 this season in that category. Snap, hold by Michael Sands, and the kick is through the uprights. Bryan Station takes the lead, 8:23 to play here in the second quarter. 14-7 over Tates Creek. We'll take a timeout on Glycott.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Bryan Station takes the lead. 8:23 to play in the second quarter. Tonight's broadcast would not be possible without the support of our corporate partners. Please let them know how much you appreciate their commitment to providing free-to-watch high school athletics programming on Glycod. 8-yard touchdown run for Raymond Young puts Bryan Station out in front.
I think the biggest play on the touchdown was Bryan Station going for the field goal, and then all of a sudden Taylor jumps outside and gives them a first down.
No doubt. Here's
flag.
A nice return by Tristan Taylor, but it will be wiped away on what appears to be a holding penalty on Tates Creek on a special teams play. And on both sides, if you're JT Haskins, Jonathan Hawks, regardless of how these final 8 minutes play out, penalties is going to be a topic in the locker room.
It has to be. It has to be. And it has to be a topic of very strong emphasis. Stop.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're not in front of you, stop grabbing, because this actually has hurt their drives. Not the first drive, it didn't hurt them, but after that, it's hurt them.
So that'll wipe away a return there for Tristan Taylor and mark the Commodores all the way back inside their own 10-yard line. So they have to cover a lot of turf here at Roy Walton Stadium to try to tie this ball game back up at 14.
Now, has JT Cooper have a target yet?
I think he has 1 target, if memory serves. Running room for Burnside. He'll just keep this and get positive yards. Pickup of 7 for Burnside that time.
I'll assure you that's not in the scouting report.
No.
Burnside very seldom ever runs, so it's good pickup, good positive yards, makes it 2nd and 2.
Burnside already in this first half has eclipsed the 2,000 yards passing mark in his career. Another sideline warning for Bryan Station here. That's their 2nd of the first half.
So that's marked off, a 5-yard penalty.
Yep, their second one results in a penalty.
And basically what it is here at Tates Creek, you can't be in the white. That's the official box. And if you're in the white and the official sees you or has to move around you, it's a penalty.
And it's a safety concern for the officials if they have to run down the sideline. Last thing they want is to run into somebody on the sideline and injure both of them.
Yes.
Jet sweep for the third time for Taylor. This time he has to pivot, and nothing there. Bryan Station, the more they go to that play, the better they're defending it.
Yeah, very much so. They know their keys now. They're not crashing in. They're actually standing there and waiting for them to come to it. So I look for a fake jet sweep and the quarterback keep and come back the back way, back door, if you will.
Initial hit by Joel Nadasiaba before Gio Anderson finished him off. Second down and right at the sticks, less than a yard for Tates Creek. On the right hash, 3 receivers to the far side. Run up the middle. Tackle didn't need much, didn't get a lot either, but I believe that is enough for a first down.
That'll be 3rd and 8.
Oh, yeah. I was looking at the original.
Yeah. But he didn't get a clean handoff. That's why he didn't hit the hole. The hole was actually there. It just says the handoff, he bobbled it a little bit and just safety reason went straight down so he wouldn't fumble it. So it looks like 3rd and 9.
Have to remember there are two parts of the chain gang.
Yes.
So big third down here for Tates Creek. Last thing you want to do is give them the ball back in good field position. Burnside steps up, trying to get the first down, lowers the shoulder. Multiple flags fly, 3 of them, in fact. Burnside lowering the boom there, but we'll have to wait 3 penalty flags here to see what this one is. We've had a lot of holding procedure penalties, and this one may be a blindside block from Marcus Hale. I believe that could be one of the penalties, as he laid a nice block, but I don't think the receiver was looking. Yeah, it was a defenseless player that Marcus Hale just kind of laid into there.
Yep. And that what people got to understand, you can't do that anymore. That they took that out of the game to protect the person. So that's a very good call. It's not a good call when it's against you.
Yeah.
But it's a very good call. It's a very good safety call, and the official did a great job with that.
A ton of penalty yards on both sides here in this first half.
But that move them back.
Almost kind of where they started the drive. They started it at their own 8. And it'll be 3rd down and 16. See if they can get JT Cooper unleashed here right before halftime. Less than 6 minutes to go. 14-7 defenders. Low snap. Burnside goes. Airs it out.
Again,
a lot of hang time and an easy interception there for the 3rd pick of the night. This one by Kamani Barber. Pistons pumping for Kamani Barber. He's got 6 on his mind. Tiptoes the sideline.
We got flags. We got flags.
It is a touchdown, but we'll wait and see. And one more flag at the end. The last one is going to be on Bryan Station for a celebration. But we'll see what the first one was.
I tell you what, Barber's a heck of an athlete, ain't he?
Yes, he is.
I mean, he got hit a couple times. He's a heck of an athlete. And there may be a clip on the return, on the interception.
Well, if you were with us in our pregame, we asked Bryan Station head coach JT Haskins, how does your guys play an intense rivalry without letting emotions get the best of them?
Yes.
And still have that chip on their shoulders. And I think both sides, a couple times, that blindside block by Hale, one of those where they're your emotions kind of getting the best of you so far.
Well, and again, you said it best. Both sides
are
doing the exact same thing. It's an emotional game. Is something to change your momentum and 1-3 record.
There are 4 flags on the field right now.
Well, I didn't see the one. You got my attention on the last one.
Yeah,
I
the
didn't see
back
that
one, the last one's in the end zone. That
Right.
for sure is going to be on Bryan Station. It's just a matter of if they offset or is multiple on BS.
But the one in the end zone should be a dead ball penalty.
After the play, yeah.
Yes. So he moved. All the officials are picking up their flags, handing them back to each other.
All right, we'll get the calls from Danny Young and try to decipher them the best we can. Holding on Tates Creek, one of them. Personal foul on Bryan Station. That is declined.
Unsportsmanlike.
On Tates Creek. Or that should be on Bryan Station.
Yeah.
So 2 on Station, 1 on Tates Creek.
But after all that's said and done, it will be Bryan Station's football.
They will get the interception by Barber.
There's a whole lot going on.
It has been wild. There's been more laundry on the field than a college dorm.
You didn't see my room back in the day.
Were you one of those that your room was spotless?
Yeah, a little bit.
And I can relate to that. I like a good spotless, clean room. I don't know how people go around with clothes on the floor all the time. Here's a little short pickup there for Bryan Station inside Tates Creek territory. But Laundry Day was a fun day. Kind of like anytime you get good, clean sheets at
feel
night.
good.
Nothing better.
Nothing better. That is so true. So Bryan Station trying to put it in.
Under 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Bryan Station looking to add to their 7-point lead, and it's been because of their defense, intercepting Burnside now a handful of times on the ground. Nothing there. It'll actually be a loss. Met in the backfield by Deontay Moses, 6'4" junior.
And there's a whole lot of energy going right now. And like you said, they just need to maintain it. I mean, stop getting these penalties, stop making these holding calls, and just see what happens.
Stump will check out for the Commodores. Blake Jones in at the defensive line at the end position.
Nice size young man.
6'1", 222.
Looks bigger than that.
He does. So 3rd down and 7 now at the Creek 49. Carpenter slings it, pass complete, adjusting enough for the first down. Helmet flies off of a Commodore at the end. Pass complete to Michael Sands, who already has a touchdown tonight. And this one enough for a first down. Down at the 37-yard line, a pickup 12 through the air for Sands. Well, when Carpenter throws it, he doesn't have it long. He's a quick release kind of guy, and he can come at you with multiple different arm angles.
Right, and I said shortstop. He actually is looks like a second baseman the way he drops down and gets the ball. But he gets it there. He really does.
You can just
Gives
see
him a
him
chance.
going over the middle there on a double play attempt. Making a misdirection here and keeping on going inside the 25. Nice run there by Bryan Station. Knew where he was going with that one. Nice run there by Avery Johnson.
Now, I'm not trying to say anything, but I am. Every play I'm looking for a flag.
Yeah.
I really would. Because everybody just stood there, so I didn't know why everybody was standing there. So I'm glad it wasn't on either team.
Tates Creek will bring back onto the field Rikus Greer, their top tackler, 25 tackles here in this 2025 season. He'll be back in at safety.
Yeah, he goes sideline to sideline, and we'll come up. We'll come up.
First down and 10, ball at the 23-yard line in between the hashes. Bryan Station has the ball going on the ground. Here is a run attempt met. Taylor with another nice tackle. He lowered the boom on that one. It was a powerful attempt there by Taylor on the defensive side as they brought on another running back, Jamel Gibson, for his first carry.
Well, whoever the running back coach is, he's got some arsenal, don't he?
Multiple ones you can go to. Jeremiah George also now checking out after that last play for the defenders. 2nd down and 6, under 2 minutes to play here before we reach halftime. Carpenter out of the shotgun. Fakes, now wants to step up, flush from the pocket, throws toward the end zone, pass broken up. Bryson Betty breaking up the coverage.
And again, Carpenter did a very good job of getting out of trouble, rolling to his right. Excellent job.
I don't think he's ever one that you have to worry about hanging on to the football for too long.
Right.
Seemed like he's always wanting to get rid of it as soon as possible.
And in a positive way.
Yeah.
He's not just throwing it. He actually is very accurate with his throws. So this is a big down for both teams. 124 here in the second period, 3rd and 6.
Kamani Barber will line up as a slot receiver. Avery Johnson, the running back, to the left of Carpenter. 3rd down and 6 from the 19 of Tates Creek. Bryan Station looking to add to a 7-point lead. Here is Carpenter, hit as he throws, and pass incomplete. That pressure coming by Taylor.
Another flag, and Taylor got another flag.
Taunting flag thrown on Taylor. That's now 2 flags on Taylor, where he has just kind of let his emotions get the best of him.
Coach, you gotta bring him out over to the sideline and talk to him. Great play, excellent job, good read, nice tackle for a loss. Again, able to turn him down.
And it would have been 4th down.
Yes.
So now, ball will be moved forward 5 yards. And instead of a 4th down and 6, it'll be 4th down and 1.
Actually, it should be 3rd down and 1.
It will be, yeah.
Right? Yes.
3rd down and
3rd
1.
Down and 1.
And you're just gifting
Well,
Bryan Station 5 yards.
Ain't that a 10-yard penalty? I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
10-yard penalty.
10.
Give him a 1st down. That's twice.
Wow.
Now, if he gets another one, he's ejected, and then he can't play next week. And we saw that at the Lafayette game.
We did. Yep. Very early in the season to one of their star receivers, Johnson, pivoting forward for a couple. Taylor there with another nice tackle. He's had a good game when he can keep his emotions in check. He's been now with a handful of tackles here in the first half, but those 2 big penalties may be the reason that his team trails going into half.
Yeah, the first one was offsides when they was going to go for a field goal. Doesn't mean he's going to make it. And then all of a sudden you got this last one, he's taunting, and he's clapping over the player.
And with 50 seconds remaining here in the second quarter, we have a timeout for Tates Creek to check on an injured Commodore. And that is Deontay Moses, and he'll walk with a limp over to the sideline.
He's one of those young person that highly recruited, getting a lot of looks. He's nice size.
Deontay Moses holding offers from EKU and Miami of Ohio. So 2nd down here, running back in Young. He's already got 1 touchdown. Young over to the left side. We'll get a couple there as we go under 30 seconds now here in the second quarter.
And Bryan Station just used their 2nd timeout.
Clock will be stopped with 24.9 remaining for the defenders to add to their lead. got to give a lot of credit to this offensive line for the ability that they've been able to push for this running game. It feels like they have had a much more of a success rate when it's on the ground as through the air.
Yeah, very much so. And the difference is all the different backs are running different styles. So it's actually not bad. But I commend all the running backs for Bryan Station to have been in the rhythm when you go stand on the sideline for a few plays. Yeah. And people don't understand it's all about rhythm. But they're doing a very good job, and the O-line doing an excellent job.
And their defense basically won the game for them last week, an 8-3 final against Ballard, where the offense only had 58 yards of total offense and won the game. They had 4 takeaways, 2 forced fumbles, 2 interceptions, and a safety in that game from the defense. The defense has played well again tonight for Bryan Station, and that's kind of set up the offense looking to take a 2-score lead right before halftime. Muffed fumble, and Tates Creek comes out with it, and it'll be Commodore ball.
Man, hold it. The guy with the ball is he on the 50?
Yeah, he's at midfield right now, and that is Rikus Greer. He was wanting to score a touchdown the other way. Stop and play right now. Bryan Station is going to call a timeout. Are they saying that he was down first?
Yeah, they're saying he's down, and Tates Creek players and Whitehead's coming over to Coach Hawk to speak to him, but it will be Bryan Station's football, and timeout Bryan Station.
And with 22 seconds now remaining, that'll be 4th down and goal, and Jonathan Hawks, the 4th-year head coach, wants an explanation from the ref, Danny Brown. That would have been a big turning point for Tates Creek heading into the locker room.
Well, I think it's one of those situations that it's very difficult, and I went through that yesterday. It's very difficult official to see that because everybody's powered up and the ball is out. But, they called him down, and so it'll be 4th down.
So 4th down and goal from the 1-yard line.
We'll see if the legend named John Hanna. I'm looking up.
Do you go for the field goal here, or do you just try to put a 2-score advantage up and go for the jugular here?
Well, I'm going to get it right. I'm gonna go for the jugular. I'm just watching what Coach did.
So it will be 4th and goal, and the defenders are going for it here.
Big play for Tates Creek.
Momentum will go to one side or the other with this play right here. Can Tates Creek stop them? Snap to Carpenter. They're going to pass it. Pass, throw, pass complete, and it's a touchdown. 2nd of the night for Michael Sands.
Very good play call there. And then again, the quarterback is talking to Tates Creek sideline, and the official didn't see it. They got to realize you can't do that in 2025.
I think everybody, if you're wearing a Commodore attire, thought that it was going to be a run.
Yes.
But they mix it up. They go through the air. And it is the 2nd passing touchdown for Carpenter to Michael Sands tonight.
This game has went different compared to where it started out.
Bryan Station on to attempt the point after with Hanna. And John Hannon's point after is good. And with just 17 and a half seconds left, Bryan Station takes a 21-7 lead over Tates Creek. And with very little time left, I imagine Tates Creek, barring something here on the return, they will just have to take it to the locker room, down 2 scores.
So we'll cap the 2 touchdowns as we get ready for the kickoff. Bryan Station was looking to kick a field goal. Then the next thing you know, we'll get a offside penalty, ends up scoring. Then all of a sudden a nice little play by Taylor, good tackle on the quarterback, and then he was clapping over him and got a unsportsmanlike conduct that led to this touchdown.
There's got to be a lot of what-ifs that'll be circulating in that Tates Creek locker room here in about 18 seconds.
Yeah, but everything is fixable. I mean, the coaches will fix it, and then they'll come back in the second half and cut down a lot of those mistakes.
Fielded by Tristan Taylor. He is dangerous, And he will get up to the 35, keep on going. Watch that pile push forward at the 40-yard line with 8 seconds remaining. So you got maybe one play here for a chuck to the end zone. We'll see how Tates Creek plays it. Under fourth-year head coach Jonathan Hawks, 2018 record. He's an assistant here for over a decade before taking the head coaching position.
Well, we're checking on the line, Judd. He actually took a spill, and so that's the reason why we're having the officials over on the sideline, because he was running up and he fell, and he's up.
A little bit of a limp there.
Yeah.
Imagine he'll welcome halftime.
Yes.
Very shortly.
When you get to a certain age, you can't bounce back as quick. And trust me, I understand. I understand.
You'll probably feel that more tomorrow morning, too, when he hops out of bed.
Yes.
But that is kind of the prime example of why you keep that wide area clear.
Yep.
So you have a very good deep ball threat in Burnside. Had the Tates Creek game a couple of weeks ago against South Oldham, where Burnside connected almost 70 yards to Tristan Taylor. We'll see if that happens here. Do they air it out or do they play cautious here? Burnside throw, pass, incomplete there. They were trying for a quick pass completion to Luke Cooper to set something up there with 5 seconds to give them one shot. And the pass incomplete. It's been a very physical first half on both sides.
You can tell it's across in-town rivalry. You really can, because it's very emotional, both teams. A lot of penalties on both sides.
Bryan Station trying to make it 8 in a row over the Commodores dating back to 2020. So now with just 5 seconds left. Maybe the last play of the first half here, but we have a stop in play as Danny Brown goes over and talks with one of his side judges. They are having to earn their paycheck tonight. Jonathan Hawks coming over to have a word. So we'll wait and see what it all is. But it got off to such a great start for the Commodores, their first offensive drive of the game. Took the ball almost 4 minutes and got on the scoreboard first, but since then, Bryan Station has scored the next 21 points to take a 14-point lead.
And now the Whitehead is going over to Bryan Station's sideline.
And there he'll talk with first-year head coach J.T. Haskins, who was the defensive coordinator last year when Philip Hawkins was the head coach. Kind of ease that transition. Being on the staff last year, he was been on the staff since 2016.
Well, the biggest thing for JT is so cool that you are an alum.
Oh, absolutely.
And played here and did your thing here, and now you're very fortunate to be a head coach at your high school.
Led them to a state championship game appearance in 1999. Both Haskins' parents attended Bryan Station. His 3 children have all been defenders.
His brother, Robert.
Yeah. You talk about a guy that bleeds Bryan Station, and it is the head coach, J.T. Haskins. Could be the final play of the first half here as Burnside barks out the play call. 2nd down and 10, but that really doesn't matter. Airing it out. Deep man Cooper about 5 yards out in front, and that will put an end to the first half of play. Bryan Station letting their defense do a lot of talking here in the first half of play. They have picked off Burnside multiple times and capitalized on the offensive end as well. It's 21-7. Bryan Station with a 14-point lead over the Commodores of Tates Creek. Come back with Cisco and myself, and we'll have the halftime report for you as we will take a break and bring you right back to Roy Walton Stadium here in Lexington.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Ham.
Remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
With Fast Signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs. Make your statement.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Man of War Harley-Davidson, your 100% Kentucky-owned and operated Harley-Davidson motorcycle dealership at 2073 Bryan Road in Lexington.
We are back here at Roy Walton Stadium, halftime between the in-city rivalry, Bryan Station and Tates Creek, adding another chapter tonight. Bryan Station looking for their 8th straight win over Tates Creek in this head-to-head series. Alongside former Kentucky Wildcat and Coach Cisco Bryant, I'm Wes Chandler. 21-7, Bryan Station on top of the Commodores right now, as Band 4 Tates Creek now on the field performing their Friday night ritual. As you see some scores from around the central Kentucky area on the bottom of your screen, tonight's scoreboard is presented by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family. Well, Cisco, it almost was like a tale of 2 different quarters, where the first drive, it looked like we may be in store for a 40 to 50 point game on both sides.
Well, I thought so too.
And then kind of it stymied a little bit, and the offense wasn't as sharp. Defense made some big plays on the other side, but I think we both can agree the name of the game was the penalties in the first half.
And I think that's what stymied the drives every single time on both teams, because it looked like that, because you had some sheets you was writing on, and I said we're going to have to need more sheets than those. Yeah. But right now they just got to settle down on both teams do, actually. It just is the only difference is that Bryan Station has capitalized on the mistakes that Tates Creek has made.
Yeah, Bryan Station really controlling the possession there for most of that second quarter. And so let's go inside the locker room now. For Bryan Station, you were able to capitalize off of some of those penalties. Score right before halftime with 17 seconds left. Take a 2-score lead. I think if you're JT Haskins looking for back-to-back wins, probably the penalties you're talking a little bit about, but what do you want to focus in on for Bryan Station to finish this one out strong?
Well, I think Coach Haskins is going to be very simple because the penalties ain't bothered him because he's up 21-7. It's a little bit different as a coach. You look at it totally different because you're winning, and you got a two-score lead. But I think he's going to have to remind them that it can come back and haunt them as well.
And on the Tates Creek sideline, everything gets a little bit more magnified when you're behind like this. Those penalties certainly are not aiding the case for Tates Creek. But on the offensive side, it looked like their running game with B.J. Evans, those first couple of drives, it looked like the old B.J. Evans, but then we didn't hardly see him after that.
Right. Well, I think it's because, again, they got behind the sticks based on the penalties. And when you get behind the sticks, a lot of times you don't stay with your normal game plan. I tell you, one of the things, if I can throw this out there, is I got to get the ball to J.T. Cooper if I'm Tates Creek coming back in the second half. He's got one catch. And he just, the times I've watched him, he's just amazing. All of them are, I'm not saying, but I just think he's that guy, and I said that earlier.
Yeah, verbally committed to Gardner Webb to play his college career as of right now. And the big number that you just are flabbergasted by, and we'll go in more in depth in our next segment in stats, is Tates Creek. You circle it back to it again, 134 yards of total offense for Tates Creek, 124 yards of penalties.
Wow.
Huge.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. And it's the timing of the penalties. And I think that's the biggest key of the negative for Coach Hawks. And I'm pretty sure he's addressing that.
Yeah.
But, again, these young people have got to process it and do it.
You don't want to have 124 yards for an entire game, and here they are with that at halftime. When Cisco and I return, we'll give you an in-depth look at some first-half statistics as Bryan Station leads 21-7 over Tates Creek. Come back with us from Roy Walton Stadium. Glad you're along with us on Glycott.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Leaves and other dirt and grime are no match against the experts at Sunshine Pools, your BioGuard dealer. Weekly service, computerized water testing, or just need advice. Our reputation has made us the company of choice for all your pool needs. Visit us today for a full line of BioGuard swimming pool products. Sunshine Pools.
Hey, who turned out the lights? Hello?
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
We're here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
Little everyday conversations about the dangers of underage drinking can make a big difference in a child's life. Talk, they hear you.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville, movement that inspires, and by Carpenter's Local 1650. Build your winning career today.
Continuing on here on our halftime report, Bryan Station leading 21-7 over Tates Creek. Alongside Cisco Bryan, I'm Wes Chandler. And taking a look at some first half statistics in this one, both teams with 8 first downs in the first half. Rushing game, not really getting going on either side. Tates Creek has the advantage in rushing category as far as yardage is concerned. 52-21 there in the first half. You look at passing, Burnside is letting it air out, but he's not really been on target as much as you would hope if you're wearing a Tates Creek uniform. Out here tonight, there you see some of the overall arching team statistics here in this first half, and we've touched on it a lot. The penalties, that certainly is what is looming large on both sides. Burnside has actually been intercepted 3 times in the first half, 7 of 12 in totality for 82 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Evans has 45 yards on the ground on 8 carries for Tates Creek. You look at their receiving core, their leading receiver coming in, J.T. Cooper, just the 1 target, the 1 catch for 9 yards. His brother Luke, 3 catches for 54 yards. Tristan Taylor has 3 catches for 19 yards in the first half as well, including the only touchdown of the game so far for Tates Creek. Defensively, when you look at some of their big guys making some plays defensively for Tates Creek, it has been the leader has been Sean Taylor, but he also is responsible for 2 of those flags that have been called against Tates Creek as well in this first half. For Bryan Station, C.J. Carpenter 6 of 10 through the air for 62 yards, 2 touchdowns, both to Michael Sands. 2 of his 3 catches for 36 yards have been for touchdowns. 2 receptions for Braden Payne for a total of 6 yards. And Caden Simpson has 1 catch for 20 yards as well. And you look back, there's also been Braden Wilson has made a catch or 2 in the first half as well. And Raymond Young leading the way on rushing yards in the first half. Just 2 carries for 16 yards. Avery Johnson has 4 carries. Carpenter a carry. Montgomery with 6 carries. And you talked about it, Cisco, the ability to just have 4, 5, 6 fresh faces in there to bring in a tailback. That's a huge advantage for Bryan Station.
Huge advantage. But Bryan Station actually has been running the ball pretty well. Remember, a couple of their big runs has got called back because of a holding. So they actually would have a little bit more yardage on them because they're not really throwing the ball to score. They're actually setting up the turnovers or a penalty, and then all of a sudden they're getting them in the end zone with different running backs.
And that Tates Creek defense has been on the field a lot. Time of possession really being owned by Bryan Station. Just shy of 16 minutes that they have controlled possessions. Tates Creek with a little over 8, so more than double for the time of possession. You're asking a lot when your defense is on the field that much.
Right, and it can't be that way unless Tates Creek is scoring in the second half, because that's going to make a big difference. So we'll see how they both come out in the second half. And again, Tates Creek's got to cut down on those penalties.
All right, we're going to step aside here, getting close to the second half, getting underway here momentarily when we return on Glycod.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
We're big fans here in Kentucky of great savings at Cartown Kia.
Score 1.9% financing on select new Kia models like 2026 Kia Sportage. Or win with 0% on 2025 Kia Sorento and Sportage.
Our team is here for your team at Cartown Kia.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Getting you set for the start of the second half here as Bryan Station leads 21-7 over Tates Creek alongside former Kentucky Wildcat and Coach Cisco. Bryan, my name is Wes Chandler, and both teams out on the field getting their final stretches in for the start of the second half. Let's take a look at the scoring summary in the first half, presented by Carpenter's Local 1650. Build your winning career today. Visit carpenters.com for more information. First drive of the game for Tates Creek. It was a long one, just shy of 4 minutes, 3 minutes and 50 seconds in length. It resulted in a 3-yard touchdown pass from Darnell Burnside Jr. to Tristan Taylor. Hitchcock's extra point was successful. And at 8:10 in the first quarter, Tates Creek would strike first, and the extra point made it 7-0 Commodores. That would be the only time that Tates Creek would score in the first half. The next three belong to the defenders. With 6:18 to play in quarter number one, a 19-yard touchdown pass from C.J. Carpenter to Michael Sands, one of his 2 touchdowns through the air in the first half. Hannon's extra point tied it at 7 after a minute 52 drive time for the defenders to tie this game at 7. Then we would go to the second quarter, 8:23. Bryan Station would answer with a 12-yard touchdown run by Raymond Young. Hannon's extra point was successful. 14-7. Bryan Station would take the lead, and they would add to it right before halftime with 17 seconds left. 1-yard touchdown pass from C.J. Carpenter to Michael Sands, the second of the night for him. And for Sands, that is his second on the year as well. And the extra point was good, made it 21-7. And that is where we stand right now, getting ready to start the second half of play. I imagine both coaches, J.T. Haskins and Jonathan Hawks, have preached on the penalties, and we'll see if we have a much cleaner second half here at Roy Walton Stadium.
Well, we're about to find out.
We'll find out together. We'll write the script for you.
Bryan Station will receive this second half, and again, Tates Creek's biggest thing is right now what we talked about in the beginning of the game, pregame, was energy. Now Tates Creek's got to show some energy right now.
Trying for their 8th straight win in this head-to-head series. The defenders over Tates Creek, and it'll be Bryan Station to get the football to begin the third quarter. And you feel like a score here would be monumental once again for Bryan Station to get more cushion. Hitchcock will kick it away. You have 2 receivers back deep for the defenders. Taken inside the 10 with Barber. Motoring forward, Kamani Barber up the sideline, cuts back to the middle, and it's going to be a second half boom for the defenders as they take the opening kickoff back, but hold on. There is a flag.
On the 30-yard line, we got a flag.
So to answer your question real quick, no, we have not learned our lesson from the first half. The 16th penalty of the game, and it's going to be another big one. Wipes away a touchdown. Would have been about 90 yards. Well, you could just see the speed by Barber on full display and his ability to stop on a dime, make that little pivot.
Well, we said it in the beginning, and I said it. I said, this young man is special. He can do it all. He runs the football. He can kick off return, punt return. And I just think Coach, is holding him back. He needs to play defense.
So after all that, Bryan Station will set up camp at their own 16, make it 17-yard line. Carpenter out of the gun. Send a man in motion and a design quarterback run. He'll get a couple before he is met by a tandem of Commodores just past the 20-yard line.
Wow, I didn't realize that was in their playbook, but obviously it is. I guess just to see if they're reading their keys and playing it honestly. And did a very good job with that. So again, Tate Street's got the energy now, and they got a flag negating the touchdown, and now we're 2nd and 5.
Miles Hayward, a 6'2 senior, coming out on that last play, is being checked out by a medical staff member. 2nd down and medium for the Commodores, end around, and it's on the ground, enough for a 1st down up to the 30-yard line as the defenders go on the ground and get the 1st down.
They ran that play a few times and got nothing but positive yards every single time. Give it to your back, give it underneath to the other back.
The way they're able to just get around the edge and turn it up real quick has been a big key for Bryan Station so far tonight. That last carry going to Braden Wilson. So that'll bring up 1st down and 10 from the 30-yard line for Bryan Station. They've really controlled this time of possession tonight. Man in motion. Give on the ground. It is Jamel Gibson turning a corner, and he will be marked out of bounds.
Well,
and another flag flies as there's activity after the play over on the Bryan Station sideline. A little extracurricular activity there that didn't need to happen.
Well, it's probably going to be offsetting. And the official's done a very good job trying to keep control of his game because there's a lot of motion going on out there.
So we'll await the assessment as Miles Hayward checks back in after being examined just a couple of minutes ago.
That's a good thing. When big men go down, we kind of worry.
Usually they're one of the toughest on the gridiron. So we'll await the assessment here. Personal foul on Tates Creek. Personal foul on Bryan Station. So those will offset. And Danny Brown has had to be a busy referee tonight.
Yeah, got a lot of TV time.
Probably one that he does not want.
Yes.
You'd have to pay a lot of people that much money to get that much airtime. So here's a 2nd down play call for Bryan Station as they go along the far sideline and being pushed out of bounds, but not enough for Tates Creek to hold them. It'll be a 1st down for Bryan Station.
Right, just running that off tackle. And like you just said, I think it's supposed to bounce in, but they're getting to the edge awful quick. Tates Creek looking for a stop on this. 1st and 10.
So fresh set of downs after the 9th 1st down of the game for Bryan Station. 1st down and 10, ball on the right hash from their own 42-yard line for Bryan Station. We played almost 2 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. Taylor trying to make another tackle for a loss, but they got past him right up the gut for a moderate pickup there. On the ground they go. This time it was to Avery Johnson. Pickup of 5 on the ground for Johnson. He was one of those carries that had 5 or 6 totes in the first half.
Well, Bryan Station is doing what they did in the first half, and that's possession. Looks like somebody's down for Bryan Station.
Yeah, it's an offensive lineman down at the moment. And a number on our roster that we do not have.
Okay.
It is 62, and we do not have a 62, so we'll await. So a little bit of a slow start here for both of these sides, as we are going to have stop and play as the Bryan Station offensive lineman hobbles over to the sideline. He'll get checked out. And once play resumes, it'll be 2nd down and 5. Carpenter has been efficient tonight. So far through the air, he's had a couple of touchdown passes. Be 2nd down and 5. One running back to each side for Carpenter. Tailback to the left, and it's a botched play. Carpenter will have to keep. There was miscommunication over on the handoff. They were trying to hand it off to Jeremiah George, a backup running back. George was going to block, and Carpenter just had to tuck it and run it and get 3, make 3rd down and short.
Okay, and the gentleman that was down was Vincent Hannibal.
Okay.
Okay, and Vanderbilt. So, but he looks like he's up a little bit, moving over and underneath the tent.
3rd down and 2 for the defenders now. Ball almost to midfield. Again, same formation for the defenders. Carpenter, deep play count here. They want to run. Run for Carpenter, and he'll be pushed back.
Right, I think he meant to give it off, but the back shot through the hole too fast for him.
Yeah, kind of reminiscent of that last play.
Yeah.
Where it was kind of blown up. In the way that Tates Creek was able to get through that line. It was a great job by Devon Flowers leading the way.
Tates Creek brought the house on that one.
So now that'll be 4th down and 7. It'll be a loss of 5 as Flowers gets the tackle for a loss. That's his 3rd TFL of the year. Hannon will have to punt it away to Tristan Taylor. Good punt here by Hannon, angling toward the sideline, and it will bounce away from Taylor and fielded by a Bryan Station player there at the 20-yard line. And that is where Tates Creek will take over. And Cisco, I've been noticing over on this Tates Creek sideline, right there in front of us, about the 47-yard line on the Gator there, B.J. Evans.
Yeah, I just noticed him.
There's 2 players, him and Tate Allen and B.J. Evans over on the Gator. And Allen, of course, missing some time with a knee injury. And then B.J. Evans looks like his right shoe is currently off, and they're kind of taping that ankle. So that does not appear to be a good sign for Tates Creek.
Righty. So we'll see momentum for Tates Creek after the kickoff went for a touchdown. It got called back because of a holding call. So, and then Tates Creek got a stop.
So now with Evans and Allen out of the lineup right now at the moment, you're forced to go to Caleb Murphy, a 5'7" sophomore who will probably get a lot of carries here in this second half. Try to propel Tates Creek to a comeback here. That's such a huge loss. You had a really good 2-headed monster on the ground. And now if you lose Evans for any amount of time, that's a tremendous blow. So Murphy for a couple there, makes it 2nd and 7. Burnside, again, a little miscommunication between the handoff. And Burnside just has to keep it himself for a pickup of 1.
I thought that was a very good job on Burnside Jr. Excellent job, timeout Tates Creek, of holding on to the ball because he was trying to let it go.
Yeah, timeout to Tates Creek. We'll take it with Jonathan Hawks. 6:31 to play. Bryan Station up by 14.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
I think this is a well-placed timeout here for Tates Creek head coach Jonathan Hawks. Originally from Georgia, played collegiately in the mid-2000s, actually signed an undrafted free agent deal with the New Orleans Saints in 2007. Played with the Kentucky Horsemen in the Arena Football League in the late 2000s. Also did his counterpart, J.T. Haskins, just a couple of years early. So they were both Kentucky Horsemen.
Right. He's also the head track coach for 14
years
over here.
Won a state title in track.
Yes.
And before that, he was a track coach at Bryan Station Middle School. So Tates Creek has gone to a different quarterback. They have go to Ace Davis, and his first pass is dropped. That would have been a pickup of about 18, but it was dropped by Cooper.
Right, J.T. Cooper got his second opportunity and dropped it, but, he's going to be catching him. And, again, we got to find out. I don't see Burnside on the sideline.
So they make a switch at quarterback.
He's underneath the tent.
And Ace Davis goes in for that last play. It's an incomplete pass, and that'll bring up 4th down and 6. So back-to-back games off the bench for Ace Davis,
who did very well last week, as we said. He did excellent last week.
Yeah, kind of forced into a tough situation. It was the second time in that game that he's been forced into a late game situation. Now here he is for the 3rd time. Ace Davis, 14 of 28 through the air so far this season. That last pass makes him 14 of 29. So Tates Creek will punt it away with Luke Cooper. Very good punt. Fielded at the 44-yard line and met right there. What a play by Nazir Sanford on special teams. He just put a waylaying on the punt return right there.
Great job of holding on to it.
Yeah, Braden Payne had to just hang on to it.
A little disappointed, and I'm pretty sure Tates Creek is too. A little disappointed that didn't get a better drive on that first series after a stop. But again, they're still in the game. 6:23 to go in the game, 21-7, and Tates Creek's looking for another stop.
And you feel like if you're Tates Creek, you would love to get a turnover here. Just get some momentum back on your side. They're +2 in turnover margin entering play tonight, but they've been picked off 3 times tonight. So that plus is now a negative. And the first play for Bryan Station is going to go the distance on a pass completion to Barber for a touchdown. 58 yards as Carpenter connects on his 3rd of the night.
Wow. And again, that sidearm throw is on the money every single time as we watch it. And then that speed.
58-yard touchdown pass from Carpenter to Kamani Barber. And for Barber, that is his 3rd receiving touchdown here in 2025. And the defenders get a little bit more breathing room on the scoreboard. (27-7), and we have a timeout to Bryan Station. Kamani Barber able to do a lot of the heavy lifting there, and for a lot of these passes, Cisco, it's been short routes where the receivers have caught the ball and just kind of done a lot of the damage on their own.
Well, you know, I'm much older than you, so it's called yak yards.
You love those yak yards.
Yes, because that used to be the saying back in the day. Yeah. It really was. And he's just doing a very good job of getting the ball out, and you said that earlier. He gets the ball out of his hand, and he puts it. He really does right there, and he drops underneath of it, and the ball comes out pretty good, and he catches his receivers in stride.
For Carpenter, that is now his 6th touchdown of the season. And he just parted through that double team.
Can't teach speed.
On for the point after John Hannon, and it is good. 6:12 to play here in the third quarter, 28-7, Bryan Station. We'll step aside on Glycott.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
If you own a business and would like to find out more about corporate partnerships on Glycod and our free-to-watch high school athletics programming platform, please drop us a note at info@glycod.com. Bryan Station has extended their lead now out to 28-7 after Tates Creek struck first. But it's been all defenders after that. And the kickoff goes through the back of the end zone, and that is where Tates Creek will set up shop, and we'll see if it's Burnside or is it Davis. And it looks like it'll be Ace Davis.
It'll be Ace Davis. I'm still trying to locate Burnside. Yeah, I see him. He's underneath the tent.
Yeah, it doesn't appear to be an injury because he's walking fine.
Yeah.
This may be that type of situation where Jonathan Hawks is saying, let's get Davis some reps.
Well, let's see if we can change the momentum, get a little more. And we've seen coaches do that a lot.
5'10 junior on, and pass completed to Luke Cooper. Cooper spinning for the first down. Past the 30 to the 31, pickup of 11 for Luke Cooper.
That's positive.
219 yards of total offense last week for Tates Creek, mostly through the air. But again, if you're a follower of Tates Creek, the go-to receiver, J.T. Cooper, just one target, one catch so far in the game.
Right. He had a target early in the third quarter. Remember, he dropped it.
That's right, yes. So 2 targets, 1 catch on the ground to Murphy. And met at the line of scrimmage by Zion Brown.
Right now, looks like Bryan Station playing a little soft to make sure nobody gets behind them and come up and make the tackle. Because right now they're playing the clock.
This Bryan Station defense entering play tonight, allowing almost 29 points per game, but they've held Tates Creek to just 7 as we're at past the midway point in the third quarter. Ace Davis out of the shotgun. Quick 3-step drop pass is intercepted. It is the 4th interception of the night by Bryan Station. First for Davis, and it is a pick by Keon Johnson as he tiptoed the sideline to get that foot in.
The defense for Bryan Station has stepped up every single time. The Tates Creek looks like they're starting to get a little momentum. Another interception, number 4.
Yeah, that pass just not on target. It was behind his intended receiver. And now Bryan Station can really put the icing on the cake here as they start with excellent field position. 1st and 10 from the left hash at the Creek 44-yard line.
I'm efforting trying to figure out Evans' injury.
So on the ground, Bryan Station will go. Flag flies inside the 30 for the run there by Kerwin Montgomery. but a flag flies right after Montgomery hit that hole.
Here we go, another flag, and officials talking about it.
We'll get the call here.
Yep, holding.
So be on Bryan Station.
Then unsportsmanlike conduct, Bryan Station.
So 2 flags on the play.
And they both should be assessed.
JT Haskins talking with ref right now.
Well, I can tell you right now, I've had that posture with my hand behind my back, and so he's not agreeing with the ref right now.
Heart rate a little bit elevated right now.
Very much.
Haskins, a former college player at Louisville in the early 2000s. One of his sons, JT Jr., is a safety at Ohio University.
Yeah, got a tackle in the horseshoe last week.
Yeah, a couple tackles last week against Ohio State. Also got another son, Jordan, on the current team.
Right, he's getting recruited at offers, UK, Kentucky, at Louisville, and others.
Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, just to name a few. So the big boys offering him. Carpenter flush from the pocket, now running toward the sideline, just flings it up, nobody home. And another flag flies.
I think he was past the line of scrimmage. Or ineligible receiver downfield, one of the two.
Was there a guy in the area?
Well, the official down here towards Tates Creek threw the flag. So he's talking to him on the earpiece.
I think we need to hack into one of those things and just have communication. Just love to be a fly on the wall for some of those conversations. Again, if you're just joining us at halftime, Tates Creek had 124 yards of penalties at halftime. Cleaned it up a little bit here in the second half. Here's the call. So past the line of scrimmage, illegal forward pass, loss of down. And that'll bring up 3rd down now after the loss of the down. So the ball be on the right hash at the 40-yard line inside their own territory. Tates Creek will bring on Adrian Smith as a defensive end here. Carpenter gets the snap, wants to air it out. This time a far pass to the sideline, juggled and incomplete. Broken up there. Nice job in coverage by Tates Creek. Bryson Beatty in there, and he's limping over to the sideline.
I think he's cramping. Man, I tell you what, people just say it like it don't. It hurts. They hurt.
Yeah. So now 3rd down and 26. They've got to get all the way to the Tates Creek 34-yard line. They're at their own 40. Bryan Station averaging 18 points per game. They've already eclipsed that here tonight. Screen pass complete over on the far side. Is that Barber? No, it was
number 6.
Braden Wilson.
They've targeted him a few times today.
They have.
Because coming in, he had 1 catch.
1 catch for 6 yards.
6 yards. So right now the game is right there because all what Bryan Station is looking to do is just to let the clock run. Tates Creek's pressing a little bit, trying to make a big play.
Hannon will punt this away. Ball at the 50. Hannon's been good on his punts. Here's another good one. And all his punts, they've not gone toward Taylor at all.
Hey,
he's really aiming for that corner.
Corner, yes. The rest of his punts has actually been very interesting. He's trying to get the roll. And this one, he actually got some serious hang time on that one.
Ball will be marked out at the 13-yard line, so a 37-yard punt for Hannon.
I keep saying it, Wes. I love that name.
So we'll see who the quarterback is coming out for the Commodores.
And it will be
Davis. After throwing that pick just moments ago. So now they got to cover a lot of ground here as they've got almost 90 yards to get points on the board. Davis, slant, pass complete. Luke Cooper makes an adjustment. First down, 30, 35, 40, trying to get to midfield. And Luke Cooper motors forward right to midfield. And a big pickup of 39 yards through the air from Ace Davis to Luke Cooper.
Wow, major pickup, major pickup. Wilson was on the stop.
Well, when you go to Ace Davis, sometimes at this level, backup quarterbacks might be a little timid, but Ace Davis has not been anything like that so far. He's letting it fly. Ball in midfield. Davis fires another bullet. Complete to Cooper. He lost the ball, but gets it right back. Almost at the 25-yard line, down to the 26. 24 more for Luke Cooper.
Well, Bryan Station is rolling towards the trips or the twins tight, and then they're going backside on the skinny post.
Davis providing a spark through the air on this drive. A couple of nice completions to Luke Cooper.
And his brother at the bottom said, "Now I'm fresh now. You can come down here and give me some of this."
Barber has been with him step for step the entire game. Cooper lines up on that far side, the far side receiver. 3 receivers that way. Davis will hand it off up the middle. They've lost Evans and Allen. It's Murphy this time going on the ground. So Caleb Murphy trying to get a little bit more activity.
Yeah, and we haven't figured out when he got hurt. Or, you noticed, West, that he was sitting in the golf cart. And then also as well as Burnside, because he doesn't look hurt, because he's just walking up and down the sideline.
They've gone to Ace Davis, and he has led them from their own 12 into almost the red zone now. Davis will give it on the ground to Murphy, sauntering downfield to the 20-yard line for a pickup of 3 for Murphy. So again, if you're Tates Creek, that you have to wonder about the running game, and you've lost 2 huge weapons. Major. At least for tonight. You will wait and see the severity of Evans' injuries. It doesn't look like he's going to appear for the rest of the game. Now 3rd down and 3 for Davis. Pass complete to Cooper. It's a screen. Cooper needing some blocks and will not get it. It's a nice tackle there on defense by Joel Nadasiaba.
Nadasiaba did a good job of bubble screen, getting off the block and coming up and making a tackle, make it 4th and looks like 3.
Cooper, one of those guys you want to get to that can really stretch you out over the top, this time going toward the screen. Usually it's Taylor you see in a lot of those screen activities, but this time going with the screen for Cooper, and now it brings up an all-important 4th down for the Commodores. They need this one to stay in the game. Davis will hand it off, and he will not get it. Bryan Station stonewalls the defense. Led right there was the big guy, Cedric Armstrong.
And he just said, "No, I got this." But the thing is about it, that right before the ball was snapped, when you watch it, there are 9 people in the box.
Yeah.
And that's hard to block. I'm sorry. That's very hard to block.
And with the success that they had on this drive through the air, too, it makes it a little bit more interesting of a play call.
Well, it didn't seem like Bryan Station from up here, it didn't seem like they really changed their defense. They didn't roll. and they went away for a minute, and then they started running the football.
So Bryan Station gets the turnover on downs. Make it the 5th turnover that Bryan Station has caused. Carpenter will hand it off, making a man miss. Watch him just jitterbug his way. Still won't get back to the line of scrimmage, I don't think. He may have lost about a half yard, but that could have gone for much worse. That was Braden Payne. Well, it's been a much different Bryan Station team in the last 6 quarters, where the offense only scored 8 points. Of course, you have a very tough schedule that Bryan Station has played this year. When you look at the 3 losses that Bryan Station has on the year, the combined record of those opponents entering play tonight, 11-1.
Wow.
The only loss was to a Corbin team that lost their last game. Shows you the strength of schedule for Bryan Station has been tremendous. Flag flies on the ground attempt to Kerwin Montgomery.
Looks like it's going to be a hold on Bryan Station.
And that is what it is. But I think we're seeing the offense more so the first 2 games when they scored 35 and 27 against South Warren and Pulaski County. That Pulaski County team, very tough to score on. So to get 27 against Pulaski County, that's saying something. And so far here tonight, they've got 28. And we're closing in on the final minute of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Pulaski County down in that Somerset area, they got some ballers down there.
Yes, they
young
do.
men can play.
Bryan Station has really controlled the tempo here as far as time of possession. And they'll look to do it here once again. Carpenter will keep it himself, and he'll get a good chunk of yards, get back inside positive territory, just shy of the 30-yard line.
And what Carpenter is doing when he rolls out and there's no pressure, he's actually still looking upfield to pass the football. Yeah. He's not looking to run. But if you give it to him, he's going to take it. So very good job, Carpenter. 17-yard pickup for Carpenter. And all of a sudden now that brings up 3rd down and short. But we'll wait to the 4th quarter before we run the next play. 28-7. Only 1 score in the 3rd quarter. It was a 58-yard touchdown pass to Kamani Barber. And Bryan Station, 12 minutes away from back-to-back wins, will come back and write the 4th quarter script for you right here on Glycod.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
Need a tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
On to the 4th quarter we go. Glad you're along with us here from Roy Walton Stadium. Alongside former Kentucky Wildcat and Coach Cisco Bryant, my name is Wes Chandler. Appreciate you watching us here on Glycod for Friday Night Football in Central Kentucky. Bryan Station has scored the last 28 points in the game after Tates Creek scored the first of the night.
It was the way Tates Creek scored. It made you excited about their offense.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It was very nice.
So to start the 4th quarter, we'll have a 3rd down and 3 from the Bryan Station 29-yard line. Really crowding the line of scrimmage. They will hand it off, trying to get the 1st down. Look at the O-line push. And that'll be enough for a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, that O-line has done, you said it earlier a couple of times, that O-line has done a great job, no matter who's in the backfield for Bryan Station.
Raymond Young with that last carry. He's got a touchdown on the ground already tonight. Had a fumble recovery on defense last week.
Bryan Station's going in the hurry offense.
And they're going to snap it here real quick. Going back to Young, bounces to the outside, cuts upfield, and driven down inside Tates Creek territory to the 49-yard line. Pickup of 17 for Raymond Young.
Right, the wide receiver up top did a good job. He just stopped and screened it like a basketball pick, if you will. Just let the defensive guy run into him and end up not pushing the guy in the back. So they're back on the line again with a hurry-up offense.
Those last two plays remind you of old school football.
Yes.
Avery Johnson, the tailback, in now after a fresh set of downs. They will hand it off to Johnson, and he'll be brought down. Nice open field tackle. That time, one-on-one in open space by Devon Flowers.
Right. Well, thank you for making me feel at home. Old school, good. Thank you for making me feel at home.
I'm here to make your job easier. And a flag on that last play. I think when we got to the fourth quarter, it's almost like Bryan Station went up-tempo on their offense.
Yeah, we got a sideline warning, so it's no penalty against Tates Creek.
Bryan Station has already had 2 of those tonight, the latter resulting in a 5-yard penalty.
So Bryan Station,
they will have the ball, 2nd down and 1 now from their 40-yard line of their opponent. Imagine there's going to be a lot of rushing attempts here. The big lead in the fourth quarter. And as I say that, we're going to have a pass. Pass over the middle, slant pass complete. Inside the 20, down at the 15.
Well, what they
Carpenter.
running that skinny post in between the two safeties. And Carpenter, again, I mean, we're saying his name over and over, but he's putting it where he needs to put it. And Bryan Station, again, is going with the hurry up.
And it was Barber there for big yardage. He was their leading receiver last week with just 2 catches for 25 yards. But he's had a much better day tonight. On the ground they go. Look at Avery Johnson pinballing off defenders.
Well, Barber, when I spoke to Coach Haskins, he made a comment about him. He said, man, he's nice. You know, and I was looking forward to seeing him play, and he is.
Kind of like when the coaches, they give you the compliment of, this dude's a ball player. That's like the ultimate compliment.
That's the ultimate, yes. Yep.
Carpenter under center will hand it off to Young, and he'll lower the shoulder, get inside the 5, down to the 4. Pick up a 4 for Young.
That'll be a 1st and goal.
This Bryan Station team 7-5 last year. They won their first round game in the playoffs over Henry Clay, lost the next round to Madison Central. They're trying to get deeper into the playoffs here in 2025. Trying to inch toward that 2nd win of the season. Again, Carpenter under center will give it back to Young, and he will easily be in for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. Raymond Young, the 5'7" junior, finds pay dirt for the 2nd time.
Wow, that looked easy.
It was easy for Young. He just made one move and went untouched to the end zone.
But again, we keep talking about that. But what that said is the offensive line's done an excellent job of making holes for, again, whoever's in the backfield for him. And here's the extra point. And it is good.
All right, Hannon brings the point after on the board. 35-7. We'll step aside here on Glycod. It's all Bryan Station.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
9:02 remaining. Bryan Station adds to their lead. 4-yard touchdown run by Raymond Young puts 7 more on the board. And now Tates Creek, they just got to try to find some momentum offensively to head into next week. They'll be on the road next week, but you would love to go into that matchup with some confidence.
Right, and you said it, and we've been saying it. They have to fight harder and just keep fighting. Eventually it's going to turn the corner, but right now it's Bryan Station switched it up on. I was a little bit surprised to go with a hurry-up offense. I think to experiment on something for down the road.
I think you're hitting the nail on the head with that. Bryan Station will be at home next week taking on Simon Kenton. Still Ace Davis in at quarterback, replacing Darnell Burnside in the second half.
Second 2 games in a row.
See what they have in the junior quarterback. A 4-receiver set, ball in between the hashes. Davis chucks one, a lot of hang time, and adjusting in midair, caught by Taylor.
Good adjustment, good catch.
Just stopped, waited on the ball to get to him, and made a leap. Tristan Taylor transferring over from Lafayette. He was actually high school teammates with Bryan Station's quarterback, C.J. Carpenter, for 1 year.
Yeah.
A big pickup there for Taylor. Down to the 49-yard line. Jonathan Hawks told me that Taylor ran a 4.46 40. Shows you his speed. Slant route caught by Cooper and met at the 40-yard line. Tackle made by Elijah Bojang, who has an interception on the night. But that slant route to Luke Cooper has been there on multiple occasions here tonight.
Yeah, and that got them down the field the last series, and then all of a sudden they went away from it. So Luke Cooper is coming out, catches breath a little bit, nice little catch and run.
Pickup of 11 for Luke Cooper. He's flirting with 100 yards receiving tonight. Again, JT Cooper, just 1 catch.
I don't see him on the field. Oh, here he is. He's at the top.
See if he gets involved here. They're going to him. There's catch number 2 for JT. The Gardner-Webb commit goes inside the 20. Look at his teammates push that pile forward down to the 20. They got an extra 3 or 4 yards. They'll actually mark him out at the 21-yard line. But JT Cooper goes for a pickup of 19.
Yeah, I love that effort, but when everybody's got you, you're fighting for 1 yard. Just go down and, you know, I don't know. Every coach and every parent cringes when that happens.
And especially when you're down by a good margin here, too. Commodores trying to get a late touchdown. They didn't get their only touchdown till right around this time last week against Frederick Douglass. I snap. Davis throws up for the end zone.
Nice catch.
And it is caught. Was he in bounds?
Well, waiting.
Waiting the signal. Is he out at the 1-inch line, looks like.
Oh, hold up. Incomplete. Incomplete.
Incomplete pass.
We was waiting for the line judge to give.
Nobody gave a signal. That seems important. Nobody gave a signal. They were all looking at the other ones. So incomplete pass.
So Luke goes out and they go straight to JT. Good combination to have, right?
Absolutely. JT Cooper over 1,200 yards in his career. Receiving here tonight. Closing in on 100 catches in his tenure as well. This time Davis lobs to the end zone. Pass is caught toward the sideline inside the 5. That is JT Cooper. He's coming alive here.
Well, he's getting the opportunity, you know. And he's getting the opportunity, making the play. Again, he catches the ball very well. We've seen some very good athletes in the last couple of weeks and 4 weeks here, especially on Tates Creek's team and Bryan Station.
And it looks like Ace Davis is just, okay, here's my playmaker. I'm just going to let him go get the ball.
Yeah. That's a little bit what Bryan Station's quarterback was doing as well. So that's what you do. Let your players make play, touchdown.
On the ground to Caleb Murphy, and he'll get in for a touchdown. Caleb Murphy from a couple of yards out, 3 yards for Murphy. And Tates Creek puts 6 on the board.
They needed that. They needed a little more, and Carpenter did an excellent job of distributing the football in and out.
First touchdown of the year on the ground for Murphy. Hitchcock will come on to attempt the point after. And it is good. So Tates Creek trying for a fourth quarter miracle here in Lexington. We'll take a timeout. 35-14 Defenders.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
3-yard touchdown run for Caleb Murphy puts another score on the board for Tates Creek. They scored the first points of the game. Now they scored the last points of the game, but so far in the middle, it was all Bryan Station, and the Defenders still up by a comfortable margin here, 21 with less than 7 minutes to play.
Right, and that drive was taking place without your starting quarterback and your starting running back. So that was, and they went to the air with the two Cooper brothers.
Yeah, really, JT getting involved for truly the first time all game long. He had just the one catch for the majority of the game. So we'll see what Tates Creek does here. Do they kick it deep or do they try something for a quick recovery? They'll just kick it deep here. Fielded at the 8 by Braden Payne. Payne trying to find up a seam, and a special teams tackle made by Andrew Holloman, the sophomore.
I was a little bit surprised. I would figure you would pooch kick it or onside kick.
Hope for a weird bounce.
Yeah, I mean, you're just trying to find something to keep the mold on your side, because Bryan Station, Tates Creek's having a hard time in the second half slowing Bryan Station's offense down. So I was just looking for a way to keep the football.
Now the Bryan Station offense, it's been on the field for so long tonight. We'll have one more opportunity here.
Now, I did locate Burnside. He is talking to the trainer. Like you said, is he wasn't
Allen
limping.
right now. Yep.
Yeah, but like you said, he wasn't limping, but it could have been something else.
First down and 10 now for the Defenders.
This is a good look tech right now for Tates Creek. If they can get off the field back-to-back times and give their offense a chance to score again, and it's a big momentum for next week.
After this game, Station will have 3 straight home games and throw in a bye week in there as well. They'll not be on the road for over a month after tonight.
Nothing like it.
Get the spot here correct, and we'll be ready to go. First and 10 from the 25, right hash. Carpenter gets the snap, handed off to Montgomery. Montgomery up for a handful, could pick up there on first down. Been impressed with Montgomery so far tonight, 5'9" senior. He's had a good game.
He had a very good game, and I said all of them have. All of them have ran the ball hard. The line, again, doesn't matter who's in the backfield, has done an excellent job of blocking and increasing, but also the running backs have made their own holes as well when they needed to.
It's an offense that averaged right at 80 yards per game on the ground, 89 through the air. It's been kind of a combination of both, probably that great 50-50 mix, or as close to it as you would like to see. This time they will get the first down. Probably going to see a lot of rushing attempts here.
Well, again, I knew that was going to take place based on the scoreboard and the clock, and that's why I was a little bit surprised they kicked it deep.
Now they can just really control and eat up a lot of that clock as we're now under 6 minutes to play in the game. First down and 10 from their own 43-yard line. Go back on the ground to midfield and into Tates Creek territory. This time it is Jeremiah George, the junior, getting a couple of carries here tonight. Add a couple more to the depth of the running back room.
Running back coach loves his room, boy. But he's got some guys that can do it.
George has had a couple of carries. Those are the first of the season for the junior. Four interceptions so far tonight by the defense. They forced the turnover on downs. This time it goes to Avery Johnson going east-west and pushing forward to the 40-yard line.
Enough for a first down.
9-yard pickup for Johnson. Reminds me of the old basketball coach, Avery Johnson.
Oh, you remember that?
Yeah. Was he with the Dallas Mavericks for a long time, then went to Alabama?
Yeah, as the head coach. Played for San Antonio.
Yeah. Always had a weird talking voice.
Yes.
Yes. First down and 10 after another first down for Bryan Station. Carpenter will hand it off. They go back to Johnson. He'll get inside the 35 down to the 33. When they go on the ground, they have done a nice job tonight of knowing the holes they want to get to and hitting those holes very quickly.
When they hit them very quickly, Wes, it's so, and they got good vision, because they'll tap over into another one if it's not there. So that's very good vision, very good. Those are running backs, as we call them. Those are running backs.
Carpenter has one tailback to each side now. Johnson to his right, George to his left. They will go to George. He gets another toe to the pigskin, wrapped up there by a tandem of Commodores, as he'll go down to the 30-yard line.
For another first down.
Kamari and Harris on the tackle for Tates Creek.
That's just man-on-man right now. And the front line for Bryan Station is just challenging Tates Creek's front line and linebackers, and they're winning the battle.
And more importantly for Bryan Station, eating up a lot of this clock, too, now as we're almost at 3 minutes remaining. Tates Creek may not get one more shot with the way that they're controlling this and just getting those 5, 6, 7 yards on first down. Keep moving those chains. Another fresh set of downs for the defenders. To Johnson, makes the first man miss, pop from behind, but he keeps those legs churning, and he'll get about 8 more. Keep the clock running. Down to the 22 goes Avery Johnson, pick up of 7.
They keep them fresh.
Johnson will check out now. Greer, the leading tackler on the year, notches another one for him. Well, this defensive line, you can just tell, Cisco, by the way that they're holding themselves. They're gassed.
Yeah, they're very gassed.
Time of possession has been dominated by Bryan Station tonight.
Well, Bryan Station is actually on this drive is taking their time, so you have time to sub.
Aaron Cano now in as a running back as well, along with George. Handoff will go to George. Along the left side, inside the 20, goes Jeremiah George. He brought down at the 16-yard line.
And as I say that, here come a couple of fresh D linemen coming in for Tates Creek.
Under 2 minutes remaining now.
Complete ball control clock.
We've had fewer penalties in the second half on both sides. So I think overall message was received for both sides.
I mean, Tates Creek had some positive as that last drive. Yeah, it was definitely some positive for them.
Something that they can carry over to their road game next week at Ryle.
Tough place to play.
Goes to George and Metbody. Boy, how did he get out of that? Inside the 10. You talk about those yak yards earlier, Cisco. They are just relentless.
I mean, again, as we watch the replay, look at the line. They're still like the game is in the first quarter, first series. They're driving.
Adrian Torres right there getting a big block that led the way for a lot of yards on that one.
Well, we was talking about the defensive line for Tates Creek being gassed. The O-line for Bryan Station looked like they're in great shape.
They do.
Because they're still coming off the ball hard and low.
Armani Green in there as well on the offensive line. They're had a nice game so far. Looking for another touchdown to head into next week. This time they go to George, and he is wrapped up there. Met in the backfield by Andrew Holloman.
Well, let's see if they call off the dogs or they're going to try to get it in 28 seconds, 25 counting down. They don't have to snap it. I think they're going to try to get an extra play in.
So less than 15 seconds now. Bryan Station, see if they run one more play.
Yep.
They will, and it'll be a pass. Throw is incomplete. And with 3.7 seconds left, we'll see what Bryan Station does here now. They were wanting to run it up a little bit.
Wow.
So Bryan Station going to have back-to-back wins, and they will win the 8th consecutive in this series. Now it looks like they will take the victory formation. Very interesting last two play calls there to go for the touchdown and then take a knee. But in the end, it is all defenders as they come away with a 35-14 win over Tates Creek. The Bryan Station squad has now won 8 in a row over Tates Creek, and they improved to 2-3 with the win. The loss for Tates Creek, they fall to 1-4 and have now dropped 4 straight since their season opening victory against Mercer County. Well, don't go anywhere. I invite you to stick around for the postgame show. When Cisco and I return, we'll bring you some first half and second half analysis, along with some stats and recap the scoring big plays of this one as Bryan Station wins this one tonight 35-14 over Tates Creek. You've been watching high school football on Glycott.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
Leaves and other dirt and grime are no match against the experts at Sunshine Pools, your BioGuard dealer. Weekly service, computerized water testing, or just need advice. Our reputation has made us the company of choice for all your pool needs. Visit us today for a full line of BioGuard swimming pool products. Sunshine Pools.
Hey, who turned out the lights? Hello?
Drive with the confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cartown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CartownKiaUSA.com.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Cartown Kia, your dealership for unmatched design, performance, and savings at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville. Visit them online at CartownKiaUSA.com.
This one a final tonight inside Central Kentucky High School football, and with that, we are now, hard to believe, halfway through the 2025 season.
Wow.
It flies by for sure. Final tonight here from Roy Walton Stadium is Bryan Station winning this one 35-14. And Tates Creek got that last touchdown there in the fourth quarter, about 7 minutes left to make the score a little bit more manageable in the box office statistic category there when you read it in the papers tomorrow morning. But as you see, scores populate down around the area in Central Kentucky from tonight's game as well. Tonight's scoreboard is presented by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family. Now let's take a look at tonight's scoring summary, brought to you by IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Tates Creek got it started first with 8 minutes and 10 seconds into the first quarter. It was a touchdown pass from Darnell Burnside to Tristan Taylor from 3 yards out. 9 plays, 80 yards in totality. Took 3 minutes and 50 seconds off of the clock. And Tates Creek would be out in front first, 7-0. Then Bryan Station would score the next 5. Michael Sands, a 19-yard pass from C.J. Carpenter with 6:18 left in the first quarter. Less than 2 minutes later, Bryan Station had an answer. 4 plays, 70 yards, 1:46 off of the clock. The extra point by John Hannon tied it at 7. Bryan Station would score again with 8:23 in the second frame on a 12-yard touchdown run by Raymond Young, one of his 2 tonight. Capped a 6-play, 44-yard drive that took 3 minutes and 26 seconds off of the clock. And Bryan Station would take a lead that they would not relinquish at that point. Then they would add one more right before halftime with 17 seconds left. Michael Sands, a 2-yard touchdown pass from C.J. Carpenter, a very long and methodical 12-play, 52 yards, took up 7 minutes and 53 seconds off of the second quarter clock. And at halftime, we were at 21-7. We would go to the locker room. Then about 6 minutes later, Bryan Station would add to their lead. A 58-yard touchdown pass from C.J. Carpenter to Kamani Barber. Just the only play of the drive. It was a quick strike. The extra point by Hannon made it 28-7. And that was the only score of the third quarter. We would play almost 3 minutes into the fourth before Bryan Station would get another one. A 3-yard touchdown run by Raymond Young, the second of his night. 9 plays, 79 yards, 4 minutes and 38 seconds off of the clock. Hannon's extra point made it 35-7. And then Tates Creek would get a confidence boost before heading into next week with 6:58 to play in the ballgame. A 3-yard touchdown run by Caleb Murphy. 6 plays, 80 yards, 2 minutes and 4 seconds off of the clock. The extra point by Blake Hitchcock made it 35-14. A game that lasted 2 hours and 27 minutes. Bryan Station, we came into this game, Cisco, not knowing what type of offense we would see. The last 6 quarters they played, they only scored 8 points, and they answered that real quick tonight. Their offense looked really sharp, more like the offense from the first 2 games of the year.
Oh, no question about it. And it was a host of running backs with the offensive line. They controlled the line of scrimmage. They had a few plays that got called back, and they would have more rushing yards. And then when they threw it precise. The quarterback Carpenter did an excellent job of putting the ball where it needed to be, and I was very impressed with that.
All right, we'll take a break here on the post-game show. And when Cisco and I return, we will hand out some hardware on both sides as we will bring you the most outstanding players of tonight's game. 35-14, Bryan Station, the winner tonight in Lexington. And we continue on Glycod after this.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable. They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
You're struggling with something in school. Sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself. This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
We're big fans here in Kentucky of great savings at Cartown Kia.
Start the season with a win with savings on an incredible lineup of hot new Kias. Like 2025 Kia Sorento, just $269 a month or buy for 0% financing. Or drive home a new 2025 Kia Seltos, just $209 a month. And win big on hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $169 a month. $169 a month.
Our team is here for your team at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
A new year means next-level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Mathnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Mathnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Mathnasium, we're changing lives through math.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Tonight's most outstanding players are presented by Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. Bryan Station gets the win 35-14 tonight over Tates Creek. Cisco, time to hand out some hardware. We began with Bryan Station. Good play all the way around. Who you giving the hardware to?
Wow. Carpenter.
A lot of good choices.
A lot of good choices,
Yeah.
and their offensive line did an excellent job. They were well balanced today. I thought everything they did worked well for them, and set up by their defense. We'll mention them too, but Carpenter.
Yeah, Carpenter was big, throwing for 3 touchdowns through the air. A couple to Michael Sands as well, and really for Tates Creek, I think the guy that stands out the most is Luke Cooper.
Luke Cooper, 8 catches for 141 yards. He made big plays after big plays, took him down the field quite often, and then his brother added a little 2 cents in, but Luke Cooper, definitely.
Yeah, so those are your most outstanding players presented by Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment. When Cisco and I return, we will take a look at next week's schedule, what's ahead here on Glycod, as Bryan Station gets the win tonight 35-14.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to